What is going on, guys? Thanks very much for tuning in to another weekly episode of Brewskis with the Broskis Unfiltered. Tonight, you have me and Steve, and in about 5 minutes, because we have had a few difficulties, we're going to jump straight in with a guest. One of my good friends, James, I've known him for quite a while now, since I was a kid, really, and he started his own wrestling company last year, just before COVID hit, I think. So we're going to find out what it's like to run a wrestling business starting up in COVID time as well. Also, we've got James coming on. We've got, I think, 2 wrestlers that promote the show with him as well coming on as well. So we'll get James on first, then the 2 wrestlers on afterwards. We'll chat their business, have a wrestling theme night as we have some wrestling style beers from New York, Brew York even. We'll give you a sneak peek of one right now. Look at that. The Thundertaker. I love that can. What a can. I don't think it is the best one of them all, but
no,
I like that.
No.
We'll go through that in a minute as well. But yeah, we'll just have a quick 2 minutes before we get James in. How's your week been, big dog? How's the crutches and the knee coming on?
I'm just going to get these out the way. Well, I was just talking to Bingham there, and he's walking again.
Is he?
He's like, oh, I can walk. He goes, what's it like for you? I went, I'll be honest with you. When I walk, it feels like my leg's going to snap that way.
Inwards, aye.
Aye. He's like, oh, I must be a bit further along than you. I was like, you fucking reckon?
Mad, innit? Like, it's mad how quick like people recover and stuff.
Yeah. Good on him. For recovering quickly. Yeah, I've got my appointment on 22nd, so we'll find out then the extent.
I'm gonna see. I've made a doctor's appointment to see about my shoulder. I think I've done my rotator cuff, to be honest, or not. I think I've slightly damaged it because I can't get full rotation inwards, and when I lift it to a certain point, it absolutely aches. So I think I've done that slightly. So I'm gonna have to wait and see what they say, but we'll have a little look at that as well.
Shoulders. I basically, if I rotate my shoulder like that, all you use bone.
Mine just sound like 2 balls pushing against each other, like. But it was probably my first tackle as well. Mine went as soon as I tackled him and came down.
Was it a tackle?
No, not the one I got steamrolled, not the first one. my first tackle.
Sorry.
I've after I brought him down, and it just landed awkwardly on my shoulder. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Instantly I got it. I was like, nah. But trooped it on, didn't I? Make some good tackles and recovered well. Played well after that. But it was a good week. But yeah. Well, cool. Well, might as well get James in now before we get the other guys in. So yeah, once again, guys, straight into it this week. So this is James coming on. James is the founder of CCW Wrestling. Obviously, we'll give all the links and everything as we go through.
What does it stand for?
Colliery Club Wrestling. Because I think I'll let James explain it, but I think it all came from like all the mining villages.
All right, yeah.
Colliery Wrestling, obviously stands for collieries, but yeah, we'll get James in. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is James. When I can get him in, hopefully he's ready for us. Welcome into the group, James. Get him in. Admit, is he ready? Is he ready for the fun? You reckon he's ready? Are you ready? Bum bum.
There you go.
There, yes, James. Welcome in, fella. How's it going? You all right?
We're in.
Are you in?
Yes, you're in.
I was like, can he hear us?
Yes, but I don't really work Zoom.
Do you get your lackeys to do that for you?
I've never worked Zoom. I've just a couple of times I've done it, and I'm just still new to it. Like so. I
absolutely love your setup behind you. I love the balance behind you. It's class.
Cheers, man. Thank you. I've got a couple of friends with us as well. Not just these 2 friends, but got a couple of little friends with us. Would you like to say one?
I'm going to say yes, just for the video. Oh, look at that.
No.
Which belt is that for?
The tag. That's our CCW tag. Obviously, yeah.
Me and the big dog. Will he get in the ring?
Well, I'm a bit out of action at the moment, but definitely.
That's a smart championship belt, that.
There's always time to heal. So obviously I've got that. Do you know what's great? Do you know what I love about this already?
What?
There's no McGregor. It's just me, and the dudes, you know what I mean? We're going to have a couple of beers. I'm really pleased. They were scheduled, don't get us wrong, and I'm just so pleased they're not here. So
I'm afraid to bust your bubble a little bit, James, but they're already in the waiting room. So I think maybe in about 10 minutes' time, they'll have to get on the show. But we can have a little
Marty,
chat.
you're an absolute bastard. You, Marty, springing surprises on people. This is not the type of show we are. We're not shock jocks.
It's all for the fun and games.
I'm not sad. I don't even know if I want to go out on Sunday to watch the match now. You've really put me on a downer there, Martin.
Oh, I'm sorry, James.
I'm sure
he's full named you as well.
I know he did, didn't he?
Can you mute them on your end though? They get out of control.
I can control them.
Good.
When they start giving a little bit gob, get off.
Yes. Just kick them out. Just kick them out. Yeah. Kick them out. So yeah. So I bought the red pen. Obviously McGregor's not going to like that because his colour's blue. And just before we go any further with anything, I know he's got other bigots going on, but I've got a couple of the ones, but they don't know lasses. But have you tried that stuff before?
What's that?
Marty, they've stole you a beard.
I've got it upstairs. It's actually really
Have you got there's a shampoo, the conditioner, and then they do like the little oil?
Yeah, I've got it all upstairs,
It smells a little bit like Jean-Paul Gaultier, a little bit like the shampoo.
I think it smells a bit minty to me.
And our lass got me a couple of little pack things, like my beard. I thought I had a good beard, and then I just took that Martin's and that and just thrown out the water there, like, so I'm just going to shave mine off and shave now.
Well, I think obviously we're couple of...
I'm rocking coconut at the moment.
Coconut.
Kind of coconut.
Coconut.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of coconut, but like
it smells like you're drinking a pina colada all the time. It's great.
I tell you what, though, it's mad, isn't it, Martin? Because we've known each other for a long time, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
I've known Martin.
Was he an arsehole back then? Was he?
Well, how old were you, Martin? I've known
since I was about 12, 13.
2002.
Aye, 12.
2002 when I first met you.
Mm-hmm.
And remember you and your brother Mickey just running around and all that, and I remember that. But what's good is, we've both grown up into doing something that we love. Like, I was watching wrestling when I was a kid. I've grown up. I've got a wrestling promotion. You as a little kid, like drinking beer. Now you're growing up, and now look what you're doing. So,
he fucking loves eating food and all.
Look, we can all relate to that one. Didn't just body shame me. We can all relate there.
I am body shaming you because you stitched us up the other week.
Why?
We'll go to Chili Mangoes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's on the Wednesday night.
That was
on the Wednesday night, he texts us, we can't go to Chili Mangoes. So there's 4 of us gone. I can't come, lads. We went to Chili Mangoes, 2-course meal, 42 quid. Fucking hell.
I'm glad I missed out, James.
Right, where's that?
It's a new place in
Hendon. It's in Hendon.
Aye.
Hendon, and they're charging £42.
I did we?
The problem is
you were tipping the leave.
The problem is you walk out and you walk into a back alley in Hendon.
It's dodging it.
Hey, God. Well, I'll tell our lass about that next time a church treat with me.
I definitely. Well, Jim,
I tell you what.
I just want to know a bit about obviously CCW. Steve doesn't know much about it. Right? Obviously, I followed it for a little while, but Steve doesn't. But where did it all come from then? Obviously, what made you start this? When did you start it?
Right, so it was back in 2000 and... Right, when did the pandemic start? Was it last year, 2020?
2019 beginning.
Yeah.
19.
2020.
Aye, 2020 beginning.
Right, okay, so I had a charity, the Top Club in Merton, Martin, just up my street.
Yeah.
I had a charity...
I've been there.
Yeah, the Top Club. I had a charity
wedding thing in there. That's proper Merton, isn't it?
Oh, that's it, isn't it? So yeah, we had a charity night for Macmillan up there. Was with another wrestling promotion, and yeah, it did well. We sold it out. It was packed. We never had wrestling Merton before, And obviously, I don't want to, like, how can I say this? Put it down on the guy who owns it, but I remember following this company. I trained with this company as well, and did the training with them and that. And also, like, there was hardly anyone turning up and different things and stuff like that. So I thought, how can I help this guy out? Just to get people to come and that. So I went home, and the rest is history. That's all I can say. I come up with the concept CCW, everything you kind of see there, everything. And I presented this. I pitched it to him and said, look, he wasn't interested at first. Then he turned around and goes, we'll make it the sister show to my show. And then I thought, yeah, because I haven't got a ring, I haven't got any gear, I haven't got wrestlers, I haven't got this. And then I just thought, you know what it is? If I was to build all of this up and he was to take credit for it, what's the point of me even doing this? Yeah. So I fobbed it off, and everything just fell in place. We've got a brand new ring, 16-foot ring, standard size, sound system, with podcasts, we're doing like nearly every night, doing some sort of entertainment, putting something out on our Facebook and social medias. We're not just wrestling though, we're storytellers, we're getting the communities together, we're getting people out with mental health, getting them involved, charities, fundraisers, helping people. That's like, like
it's
probably
a massive
like,
thing, isn't it? Like you said, bringing something like this to a community like Merton, right? Obviously, it's quite a small community, but something that they haven't had, and something where it gives people a chance to do something different, something that they might have looked at growing up thinking, I'd love to get a go at that, and now they can have a chance of doing something like this.
Definitely, I totally agree. I totally agree. Like, it's just, people might look at wrestling and just instantly say it's fake. And, it is predetermined, don't get us wrong, it is. And, there's some element of magic to it, obviously more for the children, but, it doesn't feel comfortable taking a bump, believers. That's why I invited you.
Yeah.
We're doing our first show at your brother's place at the Victory Club in Easton. And you guys are more than welcome to come along. And if you ever wanted to do a show, and out, like, while we got the ring up doing training, had a couple of beers and tasted them while, and even if you want to do a little,
I think when the big dog's knee's injured, I think it's something that we'll definitely have a little.
I've got a torn ACL at the moment.
I know how that feels, mate. I know exactly how that feels.
We've all been in that same boat.
It's a second one for me. It's a second one for me.
I think I could see myself flying over the top rope. Like, I reckon I could throw myself over.
Yeah, it's.
I reckon we'd be villains. 100% we'd be villains.
You know what I would call you? You know what I would, not Martin, sorry, what's the other guy's name? Sorry.
Steve.
Steve. Do you know what I would call you? I'd call Steve Red Kill. He looks like he wants to kill someone, and just obviously the ginger beard, Red Kill. He's ready to kill someone.
Steve, I was hoping for something like Steve the Bastard.
I was going to say the Bastard.
Like Pac the Bastard. Well, we could make that work.
James, I might write these notes down here, so we've got Steve the Bastard on board.
So what would your name be, Martin?
Sorry?
What would your name be?
ISIS.
I was in the club the other night, and one of the guys called, went, what's your name, Martin? He went, I'm just going to call you ISIS from now on in Taliban. I was like, oh, it's fair enough. Then I get it all the time, so I might as well.
So you're ISIS.
Aye.
I could be like your manager.
You can spell it differently, so we don't get like the CIA coming and anything.
Aye.
I like ICE.
Yes, definitely.
Couldn't spell it as
mate, when I'm on my crutches, I could be your manager. Like, slide the crutch in when the ref's not looking.
I'm playing dirty now.
We're definitely heels. We can't be fierce. It's not.
I'll tell you what, if I entered the arena now where I'm getting booed and things flung at us, I wouldn't want to be there.
Like I see the invitations there, guys, so obviously he's more welcome to come down.
We'll definitely take it up when Steve's obviously healed.
Well, we'll still have a pop down while I'm in the rehab sessions.
You're getting your own belt designed with your logo on or something. That'll be good.
The Beard Brother champion, like the $1 Million Championship.
Yes. Get the in the middle.
Championship. Yeah, that'll be good. That like.
Well, what does CCW?
Just two blokes on the couch, fucking cans in their hands.
What does CCW actually stand for, James?
It stands for Colliery Championship Wrestling, and obviously Colliery
I said Colliery Club Wrestling. With,
You were close,
Colliery
Marty. You were
Championship Wrestling.
close.
I was close. I couldn't remember.
Very
What
close.
Steve asked
Two
us
out
as
of
we
three.
come on. I was like, I'm sure it's Colliery Club Wrestling, but close enough, isn't it? I'm there.
Yeah.
In
That would be a good idea if someone else has already got Colliery Championship Wrestling, and I'll have to change my name, so I'll keep that one in mind.
that's it. Let's keep that in the bank. We'll
Keep the
patent it.
ideas
We want
keep
in.
it coming. Make me a millionaire, please.
That's it. We want in. We already patented.
Yeah.
We'll sell you the rights.
What we could do is when you come famous, anyway, you're already famous anyway. We do what you're doing. We'll invite you, and you should even do a little host a show.
We'd be the announcers to get us on the announce table.
Could get a guy. You could meet up with them. I think we have Lord Stone on the commentary and all. You could probably, go and do something with him. I suppose if we, but I'll have a word with him anyway. But
get us in, James. Get us in. That's all we're saying.
I'll see what I can do. I'll bend a few strings for you and stuff like that. I'll get you in. So
just
definitely.
Before we do get the two people that's waiting in there to get in, then with CCW, obviously we were talking about.
Do we have to get them on?
Unfortunately, it's a podcast, so we've kind of invited them on, and
look at how much we've been laughing already and connecting.
Nah. Well, like I said, James, depends what the mood's like. If they kill the buzz, then we'll just boot them straight out, like be gone.
The all elite, by the way, he's a Tory. He's a Tory minder, so.
Well, that's what I was just about to say, because when you made the joke reference there, Steve probably didn't get it. But do you want to explain the crack between it, then, obviously between the red side and the blue side of it for Steve and the viewers?
Yes. So we have a thing. There's two kind of groups emerging from this. Obviously, the elite establishment are the Tories. They are the Hales, and the.
That's who I want to be with.
Is this show nearly over yet? He's going to love McGregor. So obviously they're the blue side. Obviously Tories are blue, and so then we've got the undergrounders, which is the red side. The fierces and the good side, and they represent the undergrounders. So the kind of it's like politics, isn't it, Martin? A little bit.
What we're saying is
what's going around here.
The blue side of the workers and the red side of the people who are just on the door. I think I could be a good guy for the blue side. I'm a gobshite.
Right, okay. Well, McGregor's coming on.
Anybody can confirm that one.
I reckon I could fucking play the mic like. I think I could play a crowd good. I reckon I could get them hating me within minutes.
Just
seconds.
Minutes,
Right. Well, all you have to do is just
in Merton, just burn 50 quid. Just burn 50 quid in Merton.
Cool. Well, now obviously we've had a bit chat about what it is and where it's all come from. Obviously we did have both of them in, but Colin as Bale, so we've got Damo. James, do you want to give Damo an intro because you know more of them than we do?
Right, so Damien Stone, aka Lord Stone, he works on Nova Radio 102.5 FM up in Newcastle, and he is a great guy. And like I say, he will be representing Palmer, the Necessary Evil, when he faces Bagwell. Do you remember Bagwell from WCW?
Buff the stuff.
Buff the stuff. Not him, but his cousin. So
Buffy used to wear the big top hat, didn't he?
Yeah, I've just getting a message there. Ready now, fellas. Has he come back in or not?
Yeah, I both in. Yeah.
Right. Okay. You might as well get them on, and they'll be wasting away.
They're coming in. They're coming in. Colin and Damo, here they come.
Good evening.
Oh,
he sounds like he's from the radio.
He's the radio man.
He is the radio man.
How's it going, Damo? You all right?
Right,
yeah.
Alex, what you're up to?
Oh, no.
Hi, not very bad. How are you guys doing?
Thank you. First of all, Damo, we just want to say again, thanks very much for coming on the podcast with us as well. Obviously, you, James, and Mr. McGregor there waiting Harry's little steer as well, we'd imagine.
We can't see Damo and we can't see Colin
Colin,
I can see Colin.
I can see Colin.
Yeah, Colin's. I don't think Damo has his camera turned on.
Yeah,
But-
you need to turn the camera on, Damo.
Yeah, Bill, there's just a second there. I knew
Hey.
that. I was just saving you all from, you know, the
Barry.
you know that thing where if you see God, your eyeballs are supposed to melt.
Right.
Yeah. I was just giving you a chance to avert your
All I'll
gaze.
say is, I saw
Good
them last
evening.
weekend.
There he's
Oh.
there.
That is some shirt. That is some shirt. He's right about the one. He's wearing sunglasses.
I tell you, last weekend, me and Lord Stud went to Rise Underground Wrestling at Leeds, and he wore that. He wore that to the event. Stand up, Lord Stud.
No, he's got any pants on underneath, man. He's just got the shirt on.
I do have rather a compact setup here, so you've only got really sort of head and shoulders and
Yeah, that is
Wow,
a great.
fuck
Yeah,
hell.
that's a great
Is that a
Why
shirt
is the
and jacket
song I do
combo?
go through my head when I see that
certainly
shirt?
is. What's that?
Why is the song Agadoo going through my head when I see your shirt?
I don't know.
I see. I was thinking more of like one of them sun lounges at the beach in the 80s and 90s.
I was thinking more of Dude Loves Get Up Me. That's what I was thinking of.
Can we just say, because this is a drinking one, looking at behind Lord Stone, he's got the 4 drinks for us, and he's got fucking some other bottles and shit there.
Yeah.
This is going to be a night for him.
I've been in training. These are the empties. I've been in training.
You should see our blue bin on a Saturday morning. That's some training, is that?
Well, you know, I mean, you can't let me form down, especially not after winning the old Tinny in the Bank briefcase a couple of weeks back on under the Drink and Beers podcast.
Tinny in the briefcase.
I feel like that's some briefcase that we could win there, big dog. I think that's something that we could win.
What we'll do is we'll do like a little thing. We'll go in, we'll beat Lord Stone up, and we'll just steal the briefcase.
I think there's
Sorry, go ahead, Cole.
I think there's 2 chances of that, and that's slim and none. And none of us here are slim. There you go.
Well, I don't consider myself to be too fat, to be honest. I think
Martin, I've got an excellent idea for a belt, a custom-made belt. You know, use cans, squash them and get them all together and stuff like that. And
like a recycled belt, like a hardcore belt, the old hardcore belt.
Yes.
Hanging to pieces.
Aye. But it's got to be good. It's got to be like LCL, orchestral and shit like that. You know what I mean? What's the Carlsberg fucking whatever it is, the fucking 22%. That's not export. Which one is it? Like
Special Brew. Yeah,
Special Brew. Got to be like Special Brew cans and stuff.
So, where do you two guys come into the wrestling thing? And obviously, I use both heel and face, or.
Well, I'll let Lord Stone start first.
I kind of travel along a bit of a Z-axis. People think people tend to, well, they tend to see me as someone who is an annoyance. I'm like a little pest that hangs around ringside, but I'm also work quite well as a gob on a stick. So,
So are you like the Paul Heyman then? When it comes to wrestling now, the one that gives it the big in, but absolutely pussy out with anything when it comes their way.
Pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. I keep out of it as you know, the aristocracy doesn't get its hands dirty; it delegates. And
smart moves. And yourself, Mr. McGregor, where do you find yourself in all this?
My name is Mr. McGregor. Thank you for using my correct name. I'm the leader of the elite establishment, as you say. It's a group of 4. It's a group of 4 of us. Shall we say, we're all Tory in a fiercely red Labour community in East Durham, where they absolutely bloody hate us. You know, they've got the IQ of a pork pie, most of them. You know, they blame us for shutting their minds because they were uneconomic. And, you know, there are pubs in Merton and Easington and Seaham I'm already barred out of.
Seriously, think he would get along with you?
Just to let you know, the Beard Brothers food do not condone the actions of the establishment.
But we will have a good time in that day as well.
We've got to be neutral in the middle here.
Yeah, I feel like we have to try and be neutral a little bit.
Stop you two being pussyfoots and just admit you're Tories like the rest of us.
We'll come in with our own faction.
We fight our own fight.
Be here that much, you'll join together to fight us bastards.
I've already got the undergrounders to fight all the time. The bloody pillocks, you know, those red balloons that keep putting up to brighten my day up and wind me up. But don't worry, on a Friday night at 7 o'clock on CCW Live, they get Mr. McGregor's detention. And I think last week, there was naked of 2,000 views last week. You know, they just don't like me. They just come on to wind me up the pillocks. But it doesn't happen. I get away with it. And if not, I'll send the boys round.
To be honest with you, Mr. McGregor, you sound a bit wound up here, like.
No.
I'm not surprised, mate. He's had to deal with the life in Merton. I use the term loosely. I mean, there's one good thing about Merton: the people. There aren't any. Just
I thought you were going to say the road out.
No.
James, what's going on here? Why does it feel like it's just a sabotage and a little get up against you?
I told you, we went from having a laugh and everything like that, and then these come on, and then it's just all like here, hitting Merton, hitting the colonies.
Barris, shut your face.
I suppose on that lovely note, should we crack our first beer open?
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
James, let you go first. It's your show.
Yeah, James is sure.
It's our
English choice, James.
Our
show, but James is a chief guest.
Yeah, James is the brainchild, the founder of this. So
you should never give him a choice. He can't make his bloody mind up.
No, Mr. Gregor, you're in the Beard Brothers food detention, so
not bothered.
I hear old Jim's still got. I hear old Jim's over there still got an advent calendar from 1994. He couldn't decide which door to open. It's just still sat there completely full.
Always pick the last door to the biggest chocolate. Definitely go.
That's it. Like
no word of a lie. My ex is dad. Right, 1 year, come in drunk, and he had a son Graham, and he literally took the back of the advent calendar, pulled the thing down, took all the chocolate out the back, glued it back up. So every time Graham opened the door, there was fuck all in it. I think it's one of the greatest stories I've ever heard.
I think I might have to do that this Christmas.
all three
of them.
You and Lass will be back at B&M's asking for fucking refunds.
No, after DFB.
I get some sort of mashed turnip or something, and squash it into the shapes in the thing, just dry it so that when he opens it, vegetables again. Not even good ones, turnips.
Just put water in, so every time they open one, it's just like tears coming out. Look what you could have had, you little shits.
I like that.
Give the old bullseye finish.
I'm going to choose the Thundertaker to try first.
All right.
Yeah, that's the one that we showed to begin with.
That's it. So it's this little bit. Let's just first of all, before we go any further with it, all these beers there are a collection from Brew York. Now, obviously, it's a local-ish base to us in Yorkshire, so only just an hour down the road. This is all.
That's where Colin lives in Yorkshire.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
That's where Colin lives in Yorkshire.
There you go. Okay, great times. So all wrestling beers tonight, with it being a wrestling event podcast.
Colin's jumping the gun a little bit here, Colin. Now you're in.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was like, come on, get on with it. Let's nick it. Let's get it down. Let's get off our tits tonight.
He's already shotgun the can, and it's already gone.
Yeah, come on.
He's opened the can a little bit. Who's wafted into his Tory's nostrils. He's already turned his nose up at it because it's not champagne.
There's no bloody port tonight, I'll tell you that. I have my nice bottle of port ready for these idiots down here normally.
For people who haven't seen the podcast, what we do is we have a reviewing system. We go from the look of the can, obviously this is a set, so every can's going to get the fucking same result, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's marked out at 10 beards. That's our thing on the beardometer. So we do the can, the smell of the can, because when you open something up and it smells gibbon, you didn't want to fucking take a shot, do you? And then the taste, price, and then you get an overall at the end.
I feel like I feel like you've kind of fucked up after like 30 weeks of doing this. We do can, pour, taste, and price.
Yeah, but the snap open, the smells in.
Yeah, that doesn't. You just smell it though, don't you? We just say, it smells all right, or it smells like whatever.
And then what we'll do is we'll take the 5 of us, and then we'll drop Mr. McGregor's off because he doesn't count, and then us 4, whatever we've picked, we'll get like the combined, and they average it out.
Shut up, you bearded pillock. Let's get on with this.
I was going to say, unfortunately, there's one particular segment which I'll be unable to provide a score for, and that's the pour. As unfortunately, my kitchen staff here at OTH Towers have decided to fill the dishwasher and not switch the bloody thing on.
Oh, so going straight from the can.
I'm going old school, yeah.
Oh my god!
He's shotgunning it, isn't he?
I call it. I said someone was going to shotgun one straight off the bat.
You did.
Cool. Well, yeah. So this one here, obviously, as we've already seen it, it's called the Thundertaker, and I'm just going to put this out there now for all the cans, for the fact that how cool they are. They're going to get a 10 across the board from me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to call it there and then.
Yeah.
And I think
what I like about it as well is the little chart it's got on, like attributes.
Yeah.
And it shows you what it is. That's a great one, because when it just got like sort of, it's got hops, this, that, and the other in, it shows you on there literally the attributes of it. Mm-hmm. And then I think that's a class touch.
Yeah. Because
obviously if you got in, you didn't like anything that's really hoppy, you'll not get it.
They also provided you with, I don't know if you've got this.
Yes,
we bought from the shop. We've got the booklet, yeah. So the booklet, I think the booklet is fucking fantastic, me.
Yeah,
like, it gives you all about the Survivor Series set in there.
Yeah, I would get mine, but it's downstairs and I've got ACL, so it's half an hour to get back.
Martin, do you know at first when I saw that bit there, I thought, what the fuck are they putting rabbit food in there for? But
oh, here we go. See, this is what I have to put up with. You know, a 10-year-old child is brighter than this boy.
I thought it was drops of wheat, to be honest, when I see it. I thought somebody's got the cannabis out there.
I believe there are infused beers out there, but I'm still yet to try one.
Yeah, we haven't had one yet.
The old
our contact in Amsterdam won't send us any.
Like I said, I think obviously going back to the stats of the can, you've got them all in the booklet as well. And then if you wanted to write obviously what you thought about it, it gives you the section in there as well, and it tells you more about the beer info, what's in them, and I think it's just a great little touch on the book as well.
Definitely
that as well.
The only thing I'd say against it is the Papa Pump one is bloody yellow. And I can't read the sodded thing. They put it in a yellow book, yellow writing. Look at that! You can't bloody read it, for God's sake.
It's I've never looked at that, but I can 100% agree where you're coming from. We had a couple of beers like that, didn't we? A few weeks ago, Steve, when it was me and the Grub and Barrel when we did the Brewdog pack. It was a golden green can, and on the gold bit of the can, they had the writing in the yellow, and you're like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? You could not read it. It was bizarre, but yeah.
They missed the trick not using that design for the old Barnard Castle eye testing that they
definitely. But that one that was a bit faded, wasn't it? You did that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't like Brewdog. We've discussed this on
we've come up with a theory with Brewdog. We think all they're doing is canning the same
repackaging,
but in a different packaging. Because 9 out of 10 of them taste the same.
It is. It's like the hoppy one, the really hoppy one, or the ridiculously strong one that you get in a shot. For some reason, it's packaged in a dead squirrel. You know, it's like it takes bad taxidermy to another level, doesn't it? You know?
There's been a few bad ones from Brewdog, but there's also been a couple of good ones, so we can't really speak too much. But yeah. So before we crack these open, once more shout out to Brew York for the beers. Well, obviously we ordered them offline for you guys, but we picked them up from our local beer shop, Port Independent in town. Big up, good
Our
shop.
local guy.
Yeah,
Good.
guys. Even though he done Steve Howard dirty last week, as he says. But yeah,
if they've got a good
That's,
selection in there, I might come do myself.
yeah, they've got a great selection, Port Independent as well, and let them know that we sent them your way. Might give you a bit of a discount as well.
Sweet.
We have a good hookup with him as well. He's a decent lad.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else apart from a tent to give the can?
The tent
I like the
can,
grip.
I'm happy.
I like the grip on it and all, like the feel.
It's a good, the brand and the packaging of it's a nice grip on that can, yeah.
Put it this way, Barris, it'll need a grip on it when you have two of these. You'll be off your tits, man, and falling over.
I think this one's not too strong. I think all 5.5s. Yeah.
I think they're all pretty much the same ones, except they've got like different hops and things
Different notes in them, yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what the difference, if you can tell the difference between them, especially maybe like you, James, that doesn't really drink this sort as much, to see if you can pick the difference out.
Yeah.
I know Damo looks like a seasoned veteran, so he looks like he knows that all the crack. And Mr. McGregor with your ports, they're probably going to taste like dog shit to you to start with. So it's
No. You underestimate me. You underestimate me, Marty.
This sounds like something that I've heard already. You underestimate us establishment.
Yeah. I can always get Maggie out of the car if you want me to. You wouldn't like to meet Maggie. No. Barris, tell these nitwits who Maggie is.
He's his long, hard blue stick that he likes to whack the undergrounders with.
Like a little pimp stick.
No, it's a pickaxe handle.
Play it. Have you just got the pickaxe top on still?
No, we're not. I'm not.
That's fucking kids. That's fucking kids stuff, that mate.
I can batter them, but I can't kill them. You know, there's technical parts about it.
Fine.
So come on then. We're
Let's
going to get drinking this bloody thing. Come on.
All right, then let's have a go.
That's
the smell.
The smell.
Oh, it's lovely, that.
Oh, he's fucking drank it already, man. He's nicking it. He's nicking it, the pillock.
I had to drink it because it was flying out the top.
Here we go. Any bloody excuse.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a fucking bath on the top of mine. It's that much come out.
I think the smell of it's quite a nice smell.
Yes.
It's got a sort of grassy like thing on it.
And
yeah.
It
smells
shit,
a bit
be nose. Shit.
Yeah.
That's all right. Just snip it up. It guns down your throat.
I was gonna say you can tell he's from Merton. He doesn't even know which hole to pour the beer into.
It's like that nasal vaccine in it, but James and all that. James not like this pour now. He's gone, get up there. That's it. Cool. Yeah, quite nice smell. So let's give it a pour. I'm really intrigued to give it a try.
In the glass.
Yeah, I've just
Top
took it off on the table.
I'm going to spin my glass around, let it rise a touch. It's got like a morning piss look.
Thank you. We don't want to know about your morning ablutions, you idiot.
It does. He's right. It looks like, you know, when you've been on a right naughty one the night before.
You look very dehydrated.
So Marty, it's like every Saturday morning for us.
That's it. It's got that quite original Lucas head look, hasn't it?
Definitely.
You know, we opened this, and the first thing when I took that smell of it, there was only two words I thought of, and that was umbongo. You remember umbongo? Sorry, me being the elderly gentleman here, who's nearly close to 60 than 50. I remember umbongo years ago. I smelled that one.
It's very, very popular in the Democratic Republic over in Africa.
Yes. Yeah.
Umbongo is amazing, like.
I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a
fuck some bongo.
Oh,
you never
you never had umbongo. Oh man, I swear to God.
These boys have never lived.
I'm still on the wise. Is it a drink?
I've been to Iraq twice.
It's a mixed fruit drink. It's a mixed fruit drink that was aimed at kids with a really weird cartoony advert like around it that was like probably wouldn't get broadcast now because the slogan on it was umbongo, umbongo, they drink it in the Congo, with lots of what sounded like tribal drum
That's
behind
rough, that, isn't it? Like, it's like, that's
It is,
bad, that, isn't it?
It's nearly as bad as the Kiora one. It's too
That
orangey
was
for pros.
terrible.
I remember the Kiora one.
I can remember Kiora.
Still almost as good as Adebayo's football chant.
Oh, yeah.
That is a
That's my
beauty.
favourite football chant in the world. That's so bad, but it is. I love it.
Well, not like Barris, he's more like the bloody tango man, he's Barris.
Jim,
Go on, Barris. What do you think
Yeah.
about it?
What's that about this?
What do you think? Yeah.
It smells and looks okay. I haven't tried it yet. Are we tasting it
I know,
yet?
Yeah, can we get it there now for us?
Jim's like,
There's
Yeah,
only
it's on the
Demo
shot,
who's
yeah?
been smashing it in.
Go on, you pillock, get it down, you.
I went, cheers, lads.
Well done.
Cheers,
you.
mate.
Australia.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That.
Very hoppy, very dry.
It is very,
Very dry. Where's
It's
4
not-
out of
it's like
5 on the
sparkling.
dry?
You know, if you
Well,
were to drink like
they've nailed that
sparkling
one
water
then.
instead of something heavy.
Aye.
It has got that, like, it's a really strong hop taste to it, and as it should be, because it's hit the haymaker on there for the hops. But I also don't think it has much of an aftertaste either. I think it's an all massive smash you in the face taste, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It's not like one of those ones that's overly citrusy and like it lasts for ages because your first swig shrivels your mouth up.
That's it, because it's like sucks your taste. Yeah. We've had a few of them as well.
Oh, we ever. Well, we gone a year. The amount that we've drank in a year.
It's definitely all right because on the palate, you don't get like too used, like get sick of the first drink and you're ready for the next one. So it's all right. I like it.
I think it's a very easy drink to knock back.
Yeah.
Like you said there, James, it's, after you've had the drink, you just want to have another drink because there's not much of it there. Like,
And it's like it's like a bit like, you know, like sparkling water, but it's not too heavy. It's just got that little fizz to it. It's right.
nice
Definitely
little
like.
twinge to it.
Yeah. I like it. I definitely like it.
Oh, I hate sparkling water.
Yeah. we did a few sparkling, tried a few sparkling beers, haven't we? No, what were the from again?
Well, we've done a seltzer.
We got them from
We've done a seltzer from there.
Ride, was it called Ride?
Yes, it's a seltzer, isn't it?
It was
I didn't like it.
Nah. I bought the pack of 5 of them. After the first one, I was like, pouring the rest of these down the sink. They're gone. Like, they were
No!
Well, that's the thing.
Where's the
though,
Christmas present? Give him away as a Christmas present.
Could have given a pack of 4.
I don't like sparkling water. I didn't mind it to begin with, but I was in Hamburg in about 2017, and we got there on the Thursday night, and we're like, oh, you know what? It's like you get there and you're like, right, we'll be all right on the first, so we can have a full-on session on the Friday. And we got there on the Thursday and went our ends right. And I woke up on the Friday morning and I was like in a bit of a turmoil, to be honest. And I went downstairs and it had water in the vending machine. So I got out and I got back to the room and I took a swig of it and it was sparkling water and I had the driest mouth in the world. I was hanging the fuck and I was like, I just flung it out the window. I think it might have been a car or something. And I was like, I've never had it since. I'm like, nah, it's done for me. Gone, dead.
That was enough for that one.
I mean, that's the thing. Normally, when I'm over in Germany with the lads, normally what we're doing is instead of going for the water when we've got the hangover in the morning, we'll get like the Radler, like the green Becks.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's all right. That Radler, yeah, it's nice.
It's like 0.5%, so it's still technically a hair of the dog, but it's got enough sort of water and fruit in it to really hydrate you at the same time.
Get you back on it, isn't it? Get you back in the game.
Yep.
What else, Demo? Where were you when I needed this a few years ago?
probably in Berlin, to be honest, mate.
Demo, how did you get into the full Western thing then? How did you get a part of this?
Well, for this particular promotion, I've been doing little bits and bobs of stuff for a while where like I started traveling around the UK, going to different shows and that when I started getting back into live wrestling about 2018. And like then I got sick when I started doing the radio program at Nova. My old time slot that they first put us into was straight after the wrestling program, and I ended up in there and met and conversed with James through that. And I said, "Yeah, look, well, while lockdown was kicking around, I ended up getting all the kit together and started teaching myself how to like do video and audio editing properly and and little bits.
Can you teach us? Can you teach us? Because we need some help on that.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm sure I can sort something out. I'm sure I can some arrangements.
Just a master class.
But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, we just sort of the ball just rolled on. You know, it's like when I said, "Do you want an extra set of hands for anything?" You know, I'm more than happy to help out with anything I can. And next thing I know, I'm in sort of full ends with with CCW and
in the thick of it.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to Halloween when I get to see Kid Palmer from down in Coventry dismantle a rock star.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that as well. That Maltese pillock needs a good old punch up the bracket and the snot kicking out of him. Absolutely.
Leave him alone.
James, is this probably a good time for you to maybe promote that show that you've got coming up then? Well, Demo spoke about it, touch on it there.
Sorry, go on, Colin.
Leave it to the brains, not the nitwit, the half-wit, and the witless. You look, the first show is at the Victory in Easington Colliery, Saturday, the 11th of September. It's our first show. Don't worry, I'll be there. I will definitely be there. And I tell you what, the Elite Establishment are definitely going for it. Hopefully we'll have gold by the end of the night. The doors at 6 o'clock. The first bell is at 7 o'clock. And there's wrestlers coming from all over the country to our show. The Victory will hold just 100 people. And 100 people is enough. Because once you get a room, a ring, the atmosphere, the folk in there, and Mr. McGregor comes out, you know there's only going to be one word in it. Carnage.
Oh, I was thinking loss.
Guys, I've just heard that Colin was on about goals. I don't know what is Colin, are you on about this?
Here we go. There he goes. Flaunting it in front of me.
Look at that, pride and glory.
Hey, you'll be waiting. It's coming the Elite's way. I'll tell you that for now. I'm sure you pillock haven't got anyone you can stand up for it. Apart from your
witness. You would feel the hold this, Colin. It's too heavy. It's heavy.
Is it good to
He'll get his butler to do it.
Tell him where you got that made, James. Tell him where you got that made.
It was by a guy called Mateen Ahmed, who is, I think he might be on his 4th year of Belt Maker of the Year. If not, his 3-year runner. Like every year, he's won the, Belt Maker of the Year. So big shout out to Mateen Ahmed. He's over in Pakistan, and obviously he's a professional belt maker. And he is currently in the process. We are 7 to 8 days away for our women's title to be completed. So he said that a couple of years ago.
Oh, there's women wrestlers.
Oh, yes.
He's now back from his injury next week. It's funny here, lad. I'm in the game.
Next tag, did you see?
But I mean,
it's very equal opportunities wrestling. It doesn't matter.
They'll probably knock fuck out of me.
Shall I say, Steve? They'll kick 7 bells of shit out of your mates. They will. I know one young female. I've seen her in the Northeast. You'll know her, Demo. She's called Gia Adams.
Yes.
And she will take on anyone. Woman, man, she'll take them on. And this girl, I'm telling you now, this woman, she will be British champion. And we saw her in her first formative years, 2 or 3 years ago. And she had promised then. And now with lockdown, she's absolutely worked up a storm. And when she comes out after this lockdown, she's going to she's gonna win everything. Absolutely certain.
She was the BWR champion. That's the British Wrestling Revolution down in Grimsby and Cleethorpes area. She was the champion there for a while. I think she's held gold in a few promotions around the UK as well.
I think it sounds like something that Becky should get involved in.
So the promotion that you've got, is like the wrestlers independent and like jump on promotion to promotion, or they're like contracted to CCW?
Well, most of
they are independent, and obviously wherever they get booked. So obviously it's kind of, you've got to kind of get your roster in order. There will be some people out there in certain promotions where they could tend to stick to a certain promotion. If they feel comfortable there and they know they're getting the bookings there and they're getting the work there and they're getting the push and they're getting the right help, they might not look anywhere else. But probably 9 times out of 10, these are independent guys. If we had Vince's money or Tony Khan's money, then there would be contracts.
Steve's got a lot of money. Get some back now, Steve.
What you on about? I've got money. What's going on?
I've got the Undertaker coming in easing me reason.
You watch out for that.
Said his drink was shite.
It's a two-way street with the performers and stuff like that. We bring performers to us who think will bring crowds to us, and we have our roster, and people know that they're associated with us when we go other places and stuff like that. So, doesn't he work at CCW? Or he's from, like we've got people coming from Wales and Scotland, hopefully to the next show and stuff like that. And it just gets the name around and stuff like that. 2 weeks ago, we're at 2,000 Facebook members. Tonight on Detention, I announced we haven't just gone past that. We've gone past 2,200 this week. And people are just jumping on board, especially with the debut of our first show. Looking really forward to it. And I know Barris, he's going to be embarrassed when that belt is nowhere near him and probably in the elite stable.
This belt has got more chance of going around Lord Stone than the elite establishment.
What you say like? The
elite will not get this. For one, it's red. They don't like red.
1 second. Can I just quote you on that? You heard that, Lord Stone, didn't you?
I absolutely did.
You heard that. And you heard the time and place he said that the elite establishment will never get that.
Are you 100% certain, James, that you've got someone who can go up against Palmer?
He's shitting bricks and building a wall now, isn't he?
I meant the Brewskis. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
I think we've got something to play in this Halloween special.
We have, haven't we? We could get our murky little grubby fingers in there somewhere.
Well, I think Colin, GMO, they've already announced the wrestling names. Do you want to know what their wrestling names is?
Come on.
Go on then.
See? Want to tell them yours?
Well, you said Red Killer, but I wanted Steve the Bastard. Right?
Works for me, that does.
Or even better if I was a luchador, El Cuntillo. I don't think it could really.
To be honest, I don't think I can never see you being a luchador flying out in the air. Let's be perfectly honest there.
Hey, look, Laparca was neck end of about 280, 285 pound, wasn't he? Laparca.
Fucking kids stuff that.
I'll tell you about a local wrestler. One of my favorite wrestlers. He's called Will Cruz. He fights out of the East Midlands area. Now, this lad, he's a big lad. And I mean, he must be 18 clem. And when he flies. And you imagine, he'll be 300 pound, will he, Demo?
Yep.
280, 300 pound. Very agile, very quick, very nimble. But if he hits you, especially with a cannonball in the corner, you don't get up. You're like a flat as a pancake.
In wrestling today, like in regards to like WWE and things like that, Keith Lee is absolutely agile as ever for being a big bloke. Keith Lee, like he guns out with the top rope and he's a big fella. Him like, he is good wrestler. Keith Lee.
The trouble is, where has Keith Lee been since February? This is what gets me. And also in NXT, he not just had the North American Championship, he had the NXT Championship. He had 2 belts. Lost them, moved up to the main roster, and what's he done since then?
The main roster kills a lot of wrestlers, man. Off like a mainstream.
Well,
like,
it's Vince. If you don't look the part for Vince, you don't get it. Like
if
Kevin
you don't get along
Owens.
with it, if you face fits with Vince, that's all it is. Like,
it's not that either. Like, a lot of people said it. Vince likes a look of a wrestler, so he wants these wrestlers to be your Drew McIntyres, your Bobby Lashley's. If you're Kevin Owens or a Keith Lee, a bit more rotund, let's say.
Aye.
Vince
Kevin Owens is a great wrestler as well. He's got a great moveset. He's class on the mic. I love how he uses the stunner now, which is class.
Yeah, I think NXT should be not looked at as a promotion where you're there and then you'll promote yourself up to Raw, SmackDown. They should just stick now to its own promotion and make it as big as possible. Where they shouldn't be looked at as the underdogs, where you want to get the Raw and SmackDown, get through NXT first, and that's where you shoot. I think, if you're doing well in NXT and you're on top there, keep them there and keep that brand built. You don't have to then ship them off to Raw and SmackDown because then, like they say, they just don't get used properly and they run out of ideas where they were doing fantastic in NXT. You know what I mean? So,
as a point in fact, you look at Finn Balor came back to
I love Finn Balor. Finn Balor's my favorite wrestler.
I love seeing Finn Balor. He's took up a little bit of a backseat at present, but like people like Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, have refused to move. Thomas Ciampa have refused to move up to the main roster, saying, "I'm quite happy here," because you get workers like Thatcher, Ciampa, Cole, O'Reilly. Now I know there's a big play. Bronson Reed's just lost the North American title, and he was doing dark matches for the main class. But I tell you now, Karrion Kross will leave NXT to go up to the main roster. And I predict at Money in the Bank, Karrion Kross will win the case.
You heard that here first. That's the one. That's an exclusive right there. I was hoping for James to drop some exclusive, but it's Mr. McGregor dropping them right now.
Well, I've stopped watching WWE since I got rid of the Iconics, so it's just not.
That was the last straw, wasn't it? We could not give an Iconic no more.
Excuse me. Keep your hands in your pockets. Thank you.
No, it was because I like Peyton Royce's skill set.
Right.
I think I just like them because they were great on the mic together.
They worked well on the mic.
They were a great team. They were a great team. Great chemistry.
Me and Steve spoke a few times, like when they split them up, but then put Billy Kay into another, tried to gimmick it with another tag team, like going about, like, what are you doing? Then you've split them up for a reason to go solos, but then you're gimmicking it with somebody else.
Yeah.
Do you reckon the Iconics were like the next Bellas, the Bella twins?
What was that, James? Sorry?
I'm saying, do you reckon the Iconics, we're going to be like the next, like, Bellas, the Bella twins?
They should have been. Like, that's where they should have touted them from. Like,
the rumours are they're going to bring the Bellas back, unfortunately.
Oh, yes.
And you know what?
Pick someone's face off again.
Yeah, I remember that. She had that big pustule on her face, didn't she?
Who are you talking about?
No, I mean...
No, that's Gillian Hall, mate. That's
Gillian Hall, yeah. No, it said licked it off her face. Oh.
Her in the face. But we'll knock Liv Morgan clean out.
Yeah, when
they go for the pin.
No. Liv Morgan's a good wrestler as well. She's got talented her.
I can't believe they let Ruby Riott go. Heidi Lovelace.
We had that conversation. Well, she's class. Like everything about her suits wrestling. Like everything.
But the problem is with WWE. Once again, you kind of get past the established people. So, what was the Iconic when they split them up? Peyton Royce was never going to get into the singles mix.
Yeah.
Nope.
She was. She would have to start from the get go, and you can see like how long it took Bobby Lashley, argument's sake, to win his title. 10 years, 15 years. Peyton Royce has not got another 10, 15 years in it to gone all the way through it again now.
Yeah, but Bobby Lashley's in his early mid-40s now, and he's got the he's got the charisma of a lettuce leaf.
That's why he's got MVP.
MVP.
That's the only reason they got MVP. He's great. He's a great manager. He's a great, as Lord Stowe would say, gob on a stick. And he can wrestle as well, which does help. But I can't see they had Drew as champion all the way through, and now they set him off with Jinder feckin' Mahal.
I seen that like the other night, and like terrible. It's terrible, like terrible writingship. It's terrible storyline. It's absolutely shocking.
It
Well,
is.
Ian-
I mean,
me and Dave-
this is the problem that I've always had with WWE in general, right? When creative teams,
The creators,
like,
are so cruel.
they're a revolving door, and not unlike there's 2 or 3 of them that know about wrestling, that have been in the wrestling business themselves, and those are the ones that will constantly keep on disappearing and then coming back. You know, your Bruce Pritchards, your Johnny Aces, you know, and you always know that you'll always know that they've come back because there's these little sort of these little trademark bits that they'll do. Like first week Bruce Pritchard came back on the job, Akira Tozawa was suddenly a ninja because it was funny. You know, because Bruce Pritchard thinks ninjas are funny. You know what I mean? It's just daft stuff like that.
Excuse me, guys. I'm just going to get the extension with the charger. Sorry, 2 minutes.
I thought it was off for a pay, to be honest. But anyway,
To be honest, we've normally gone by now. We've normally a few gone.
right.
I
Well,
prefer
Barris is
AEW to WWE at the moment.
Yeah, AEW is decent. Like it's got a good set going.
well.
I keep trying with it, but
I try and I
I
can't.
just
get
think
on with it.
they've got the wrestlers in there that's been through it, so they know what it takes to do
You
it.
know what it is? I was a massive Jericho-holic back in the day.
Y2J.
He was the champ, wasn't he? And like, I just think Jericho is like he just keeps changing himself to keep relevant.
It does.
Yeah, he's amazing.
absolutely.
Like, I love watching him.
The funniest,
class.
the funniest thing I always thought was Jericho's list. You're on the list, and that worked beautifully.
We've enjoyed that a few times, and we've been like giving out a few times.
And Jericho is now he's 50 now. I think Jericho's 50 now, but he keeps, as you say, reinventing himself and comes back. He had that nasty elbow injury about 3 months ago when he came off, and I thought when he went down, I went, that doesn't look good. And you know they played it away, and then the next day he got this big part on his arms. Oh dear, that might have really hurt that one, did but
that really was good.
So,
I like it at the moment on AEW because you've got the champ Kenny Omega, who's fucking going to every wrestling company and winning their championship.
Yeah.
Don't say Kenny Omega when Lord Stone's about. Oh, you will get.
Does you not like him?
Kenny.
Oh.
No, I'm not saying I like him, but you've got.
Oh, you did. You definitely said you like Kenny Omega.
No, I said
I heard it.
What he said was, what I like about Kenny Omega is not I like Kenny Omega.
What I like about, so if I'm going to have to speak properly in front of Lord, in front of fucking the establishment here, I do. Let me rephrase. What I like about AEW is that, what's he called? Kenny Omega's went to Impact, is it? And won the title.
Yeah.
But in AEW, you've got like Jericho's mob against the other mob.
Right.
The inner circle of the pinnacle,
There's a lot going on when WWE, it's the fucking same shite week after week.
That's just like CCW now, isn't it? You've got the establishment, Mr. McGregor's bunch, and then you've got James's bunch.
Bunch. You're calling us a bunch. We're a team. We're elite. We're an establishment. We're there.
Yeah,
You're
but
facing off
Martin-
these underground nitwits.
Martin.
Yeah, but it looks to us like it's called elite establishment.
Listen to you there. He just fits on the script. Well, the two goes off the head like that.
So you are the elite.
Wait. If we just move it like that, you'll never see the T on the end of it.
Elite stable-ish men. It's
Come on,
okay.
Barris. Tell him, Barris.
We've only been going a year, where WWE's been going how long? So I think that's why people are getting a little bit tired of what they're putting out. So no one can be tired of us yet. We're only still baby steps. So
I remember the first time I met this nitwit down here was February the 29th, 2020. James had put on, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, he put on a cancer charity wrestling event in Merton and stuff like that. He even was a pillock enough to get his mum's hair shaved off, and that was his fault, the pillock. But he did raise a lot of money for it, and that's we chatted before, and that's the first time he met me, and since then, Oh, by the by, some days I could get on with him, but other days he just drives me.
I shaved my hair for charity. I had a beard, probably twice as long as this. Great hair, shaved all off, never grew back. Fucking gutted. Gutted.
Harsh, man. Harsh.
Look at this. I never grew back.
Heartbreaking it was. Heartbreaking. But no, fair play to you, James, for what you've done. Obviously, like all rivalry aside, you brought like something decent, like we said earlier, before Mr. McGregor and before Dimo come on there.
Something interrupted by the establishment or stablishment.
Yeah, by the establishment. Before these come on, like you brought something
Steve,
decent to a community.
Have you ever met Sean Duffy?
I know Duffy.
Ronnie Thatcher. Have you met Ronnie Thatcher?
I know, well, he probably doesn't remember me because I was only a little runty kid then, but I know of him, and I mean, know him more through like my dad and my brother, but I've met him a few times.
He's a big, strong lad, isn't he?
He's a water bag. We take him, Steve. We put him through a table.
Yeah, James,
I've got me crutches.
your mate's currently dealing with the whole man of the cloth thing. Is he going to be all right to administer the last rites after Shaw gets out of him?
It sounds like Martin might need to pay for his face the repercussions, mightn't he? So with Reverend.
Yeah, but I imagine my second favourite word as cause is consequences.
Well, Mr. McGregor, I have invited the Broskis down to CCW where if we got the ring up, if they want to do a little show there while we have the ring up, drink a couple of beers, they're more than welcome. So you never know. Guys, watch your back because Ronnie comes after you.
Yeah. He's got a lovely knuckle duster.
Injury.
Yeah. He'll have another bloody injury when Ronnie gets older, I'll tell you that for now.
Yeah, we'll give it a good swing. Once we're ready, we'll jump in and we'll give it a go. Like
Martin, what you saying before? You what you saying before? Because we were talking about stuff, and then I think Colin put it in.
I don't know.
It sounds about right, Colin putting in.
We're going to get another beer downers. Come on.
I think that's what I was going to say. I was going to crack open because
right, this time we'll go to Lord Stone. He can pick the next one because he's the next one on my screen.
Right, let's have a quick look at this then. Actually, just while I'm on here, you can tell straight away what era of WWE these guys were watching when with this particular set.
Yeah,
it was towards the end of the Attitude Era.
The best era by any circumstance. Let's just put it there.
That's it. I mean, the reason that you can tell this is because they've stuck 4 in a Survivor Series team. So that narrows it down straight away to.
It is literally a bunch of Survivor Series team as well, though.
It is like I'll probably see around with 2000. There's 2000 Survivor Series 2000 was the one that was either 99 or 2000. The one that had the hexagon with the big number 1 in the middle of it. Yeah, that looks about right for the attire on these guys. But yeah. Next beer. Sorry, I know I'm yammering on about random facts here. We'll go with the Sweet Chinook music.
The Sweet Chinook music in homage to the HBK himself.
Martin, can I know it's a copyright and all that. I was going to say, can I play the music? Because I have the music ready.
Hit it.
All right.
Let's go for it.
2 seconds. I'm just gonna...
Don't you bloody dare do the dance.
By CCW, not the Beard Brothers.
Yeah. we'll give all credit to WWE where it stands.
Hey, if he starts doing the dancing and starts taking clothes off, I'm out of here.
I wish I could give it the pause, but we showed at the minute wouldn't allow it, so I couldn't really do it.
You do the leg and I'll do the things we can do together.
I'll do the legs.
Hey, Barris, I can hear nothing.
I'm just a sexy boy.
No, you're not.
I'm not a boy, Troy.
You're just a fat knacker. That's what you
you're
are.
the only one with that music on.
We can't hear it. We can't hear it the slightest.
That's gonna save you guys editing it out for copyright purposes in the final edit.
We put the word unfiltered on it, so anything fucking goes.
That's fine.
I was speaking with Thomas earlier on, and he said, I was like, look, I'll send you the recording tomorrow so you can do whatever you want to do with the videos, etc. He's like, oh, well, you do your editing and put on. I was like, no, this is
What
unfiltered.
editing?
This is a one cut only deal. Like, this is no filter on this. Like, we've said from the get-go, like, when we set up B Brewers Food last year, or the end of 2019, moving into 2000, I think it was December, and we said, look, we're going to be completely honest when it comes to our reviews. If people like it, great. If they don't, they can fuck off. It's not our issue. If people send us beers or we go to restaurants to review the foods, we're not going to lie. We're going to call it straight down the middle. And it's been the same when we dropped into the beer market now. We've done exactly the same. I don't like some. Steve doesn't like some. We disagree on them. It's just how it is. People have different opinions on them. And
Exactly.
And now
have, you
obviously.
Have you both ever hated something so badly?
Yeah, the elite establishment.
Hey, Ronnie Thatcher's coming to visit. I'll tell you that one.
There has been a few beers where we thought this is rank. The one that springs to my mind always is Northern Monk. We had a beer from Northern Monk, and now I think it was called Scafal.
Nice, Scafal, yeah.
And I wanted this beer for about 6 weeks. I tried, like, I'd never ordered offline, but I always see it in Tesco's, in Asda. And 6 weeks went by the time I could get this beer. And I finally got it. I was like, we've got this beer. We cannot wait to give it a go. Cracked open, smells lovely. Poured it great. Taste, dog shit. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I've done as bad. It was horrible. And then we never had nothing really to compare bad drink with until Steve got one not so long ago. And I can't remember which one it was, but I remember seeing this is just like the height of Northern Monk, but the disappointment of the beer.
See, Northern Monk, they do a decent stout. They do
stouts.
That's the thing is, I mean, I'm positively a stout and porter drinker.
I like a stout. I like a stout.
Yeah, I mean they did one that I think it was something like Chocolate Millionaire stout or Chocolate Millionaire porter or something. It was really good, really decent brew. That the IPA, their IPA found a little bit iffy, but I wasn't too.
Funny enough, so did we.
I'll tell you what, Lord Stone, we had a stout or porter called Dirty Sanchez. It was a chili one.
Oh yes, yeah.
I liked that because it burnt your fucking throat and it tasted already.
I think I had 3 mouthfuls. Like, I've had enough. I was burning. I was like, I'm done for. I'm instantly done for. I couldn't have any more. I think I poured that one. I think that was the first drink I've ever poured out. I was like, that'll do. That's gone.
I enjoyed it, mate.
Well, let's crack this there. Let's the sweet chin music.
Oh, then let's get the sweet chin hook music, whatever it's called. Sweet.
Just for the cameras, sweet Chinook music in homage to HBK.
Yep. Oh, yeah,
I like the writing on this one, like Martin could have in red. So.
Yeah, it's very easy to read. I think all the writings are, but the one that Mr. McGregor pointed out.
The stain.
I think this one smells a bit sweeter than the other one.
Yeah, definitely with you. It does smell a bit sweeter.
Oh, cracked open.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Yeah. It's
Yeah, you might be pro wrestlers, but we're pro fucking drinkers. Us,
hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Like I said, I think Lord Demo could get in a few in there as well. I think he knows.
Oh yeah, that's it. I was gonna say at some point we'll have to get together in a proper sort of in-person session somewhere.
It's still got that look like the other one, like piss.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. You always bring things down to a base level, you pillock.
I think with all these beers, I'm going to call it now, all these beers are going to have the same look to it.
Because of the same kind. It's like
I mean that cryo pop stuff, that's like a hot pellet in it.
Yeah, that's where it's all coming from. It's all coming from that cryo pop. It's not going to be much difference, I wouldn't imagine, between all the beers. There's going to be a slight difference in them.
It's just they've got different what's it called? Like this one here, the Scotty 2 hoppy has got like Idaho in it.
Yeah.
Hops and
it's just different hops from where they come from.
Yeah.
That's going to be slightly.
I think the baseline's the same, but I think the hops. So obviously this one, the Chinook, that's probably a bit sweeter than what the Taurus was.
I'm not gonna lie. I think, yeah. No, that's not my favorite can. My favourite cancer to come.
Big pop
I think I know which one it is.
We'll go through one. We'll go through in a bit then. But yeah, so after Damo finishes that drink, we'll get the next one because he's lagging.
Drop there.
Just taking my time, sir. Taking my time.
Well, you would be if you're fucking down about 9 already before you come on.
He finished work at 5 and he got straight on it.
I'll tell you what. This is still my favorite beer going. Like,
what is it?
Rausch beer, the Scherlinger Rausch beer. I don't know if it's come across that one before, but it's for a brewery in Bamberg. You normally get it out of like the independent bottle shops.
I mean, with a name like Rausch, you expect it to be German. Like it was a kindly given.
Is that the one that's wrapped up like in a brown packet or something?
No,
right.
I think you're thinking of the Creek and that,
that's the Belgian one, that isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the Rausch beer is smoked. It's like smoked, and it's just really, really smoky. It's like someone's like it's like you don't need your bag of frazzles to go with it. You know, it's like
after the show, if you remember, will you send us some info on it or find it where it's from, and we'll give that a go. We don't normally do many bottles
because we do like a wheat beer.
We did a few wheat beers in the bottles.
I mean,
that Meiselweiss was lovely.
Meiselweiss was nice, yeah. Erdinger's nice.
Paulina.
Yoverly.
Yeah, Paulina was good as well.
Yeah. Paulina's kind of like there's one that I got one time was was it 8? I mean, normally, like I said, when I was able to go over to Germany a bit more often, I used to basically take a case over there, just packed it with me hold all, come back with me hold all full of me stuff that was in the case, and just the case full of beer on the way back. Just some amazing stuff in there. Märkischer Landmann is me like the Schwarz beer that got over there. We used to bring boatloads of that back, and it's a really nice cherry porter that they did over there. That was just literally called cherry porter. I've been trying to get someone to import it over here, and it just you kind of get it imported.
Not having it.
Aye.
Shame.
I know.
Well, let's give sweet chilling music a go. So I'm parched. I've had a drink for about 20 minutes.
I've had a drink.
Sorry.
I've already had a taste. I think it's
so Steve, yours looks really dark, like hot chocolate from here. It's like hot chocolate.
Oh, it's because it's anywhere near the light. I've got like a ring light to the side. So it's kind of in the dark.
Looks great. Look at
that. I know. It's all white with green bits in. That's it over here.
This one to the Undertaker.
Sorry, yeah, I'm the opposite way, I think. I prefer the Undertaker to this.
Oh, if I said it was blue, you'd say it would be red.
Yeah, and blue is the colour, boy, wouldn't it?
Well, if you said he's blue, we'd agree with you. So I think we're around that one.
Oh, it's nicest one. I mean, like I said, I do prefer it to the.
I could drink this one more to the Thundertaker.
I think it's the aftertaste of it is better than the Thundertaker.
It's got something there, hasn't it? It's got that little taste afterwards. Rather than the Thundertaker was just.
So guys, are we choke slamming this tin right in the bin? Are we the Thundertaker?
No.
I mean, it's the worst one of the two, so it can go in the bin.
You might need to give us.
What was the one that he used to do when he pulled him up and
That's right. Get in there.
That's right.
Tombstone pile driver. That's what he used to. That was his.
One of my favorite Undertakers was still.
2 seconds, lads.
No, bother, mate.
So just got to find the power lead for me camera. It's about to die on us. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, don't apologize, mate.
I think one of my favorite Undertakers was when he come out on his Harley.
The American Badass.
Yeah. One of my favorite Undertakers, that class. Such a great sketch, that one for him. The gimmick.
When was it? Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit, yeah, keep rolling.
Yes. Yeah.
You got to remember, over the 30 years he was in WWE, he reinvented himself so many times.
That's it. Like I remember him, like we were saying earlier, Chris Jericho was a master. Undertaker was a master of it. But he was always relevant. He never had to go away to do it. He would always just come as something different. Like obviously not week on week, but
you could always put the belt back on him at any point. Mm-hmm. That was the best part about it. You had a tag team with Kane.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. Paul Bearer would change sides, left, right, and centre. Paul and that Percy Pringle third.
So guys, the question is The Undertaker 30 years. What era did you like the best with The Undertaker? Like, roughly what year?
What was that?
When he was in Ministry of Darkness.
Right.
They were fighting the corporation.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Stone Cold in the corporation was great.
Yeah.
I do like his really early stuff around the mid-90s when Brother Love brought him out to join Ted DiBiase Survivor Series when I saw him the first time. And you listen to Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan tell you about this guy. It just sends chills down your spine. This lad was in his early 20s and he was built like a brick outhouse. And you saw him and you thought, he's going somewhere, this boy. Absolutely.
I never watched wrestling really till I was like late, like probably like 99, 2000, 2001. That's all like maybe 10 and 11.
I remember being over yours, Martin. And you remember when was it the tag team what's his name? He's with the Miz. He's with the Miz now, but he was in the
John Morrison.
John Morrison.
Yeah,
Johnny Nitro, is it?
Fandango.
Up the ladder. And I was watching it in yours because the ladder went up on his nose. Was it?
He smashed his nose, didn't he? He smashed his nose.
I saw that at yours when he smashed his nose. I remember that.
It's Steve's guy, John Morrison. Steve loves John Morrison.
John Morrison's my boy.
But it was Morrison's tag partner. But what was his tag partner? Was it Johnny something? Or
Johnny Nitro, wasn't it? Or
Johnny
Nitro,
like yeah.
Johnny Nitro.
Yeah.
And what you call Melina used to bring them in.
Hey, she could do the splits, couldn't she? I've never seen a lady do the splits. Stop it.
I like to be the math.
Hey, you two are being salacious and suggestive now, and that's shocking.
What are you talking about the splits? You know what I mean? You bring it in, then I fucking start playing with yours.
Not my fault. It's all your fault. Absolutely.
Oh, you said she does the split, and I said she still does them because she does. Am I the bad guy here?
No. Marty went a bit like under the table, and I think he moved one hand under the table at that point when he was talking about Melina, the dirty lad.
I'm actually going for another beer, lads. I've my glasses in the kitchen. I'm going to have to get another one. Smashed. But yeah, she's wrestling back in the day was so much better than what it was now, man. Obviously, PG, as it's a natural saying, like PG killed wrestling, which it's.
But do you reckon we only liked it because it's what we grew up like when I was? Well, you remember Blakey when he was alive, don't you? Well, I used to stop with Blakey's on a Friday, and we had the swapping over WWF, WCW. But I was kind of tuned in more to WCW and me. That was my take because when I looked at the product, I was like, whoa, it just looked a bit more, just wow, the product. That was I was only a kid, but like I'm pleased I was alive through that, and that's what I grew up on. But it's kind of like if I think Martin, one of my friends, Martin Cooper, he liked the ruthless aggression era.
The one afterwards with John Cena.
He liked that. He said that was the best. He didn't.
John Cena, what can you give to me? Well, then I went, ruthless aggression. Why are you get a grip?
You know what? No. Like back when we were younger and we were watching it, you get impressionable because of it. But if you have a look at it back then, right? If you look at the factions, like you had the Hurt, like let's just show that the faction that was about was the Hurt Business, and who was the one? Redemption or whatever they're called, Retribution.
Retribution now, just
shite. Back in the day, you had the corporation, and then just look at the roster of the Ministry of Darkness: Undertaker, Kane, fucking the Acolytes. You know what I mean? Edge, Christian, and Gangrel, the Brood. Come on.
Yeah, I was flicking through something the other day, or something being flicking through and facey. And a wrestling match coming on, it was Gangrel fighting someone. I was like, Gangrel, like, look at him.
I was watching Heat. Can you remember Sunday Night Heat?
Sunday Night Heat was class.
Yes, and it had Gangrel coming out against, is it Dick Togo or something?
I think you just like say the word dick, don't you?
I swear on. It was on YouTube.
I think I only seen this on TV like the other day when Gangrel was there. I was like, that's Gangrel. I was like, what a god. Like, unbelievable. He's top like heavy white t-shirt. Like, oh my god.
With his blood.
His glass of blood. Oh my god.
I think the best thing about the Attitude Era was that you had a common enemies throughout it.
Yeah.
Stone Cold and Vince McMahon is the greatest wrestling rivalry I've ever seen. Vince McMahon weren't even a wrestler. Stone Cold Steve Austin just put him through hell.
Stone Cold and The Rock had a good rivalry for years, well, like class.
Yeah.
Do you boys understand that Stone Cold Steve Austin never nearly became Stone Cold Steve Austin? What happened was Triple H was that year due to win the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
And because he did a little bit out of kayfabe, out of character, they pulled his opportunity away and left it till the following year. And it was only because that happened that Stone Cold faced Jake the Snake in that King of the Ring final. And then there was immortal words, and Austin 316 kicked your Bible ass. And that wouldn't have happened if Triple H hadn't been a bad boy. And that wouldn't have set off the whole of the era. See, I'm that old now. I went to SummerSlam in 92 to watch Davey Boy and Bret Hart. I was there with the 90,000 there. But I go back to the early and mid 70s watching wrestling in town halls and stuff like that. Remember people like Les Kelly, Mick McManus, Catweasel, Johnny Sage, Vic Faulkner, the Royal Brothers. Absolutely, magic era, 4 o'clock on World of Sport. Kent Walton was your commentator, and it was gold, absolutely gold. Millions of people watched it. Haystacks versus Big Daddy on a Saturday on FA Cup final day. It was just immense. The numbers were meteoric for it, and it'll never come back. But
it'll never be the same. Wrestling will never be the same as what it was. Like I said,
because the ruthless aggression and the Attitude Era, they had a certain amount of rope. Now they've got no rope in case they fucking piss off these people, the cancel culture people, they call it.
Yeah. The wokeness, isn't it? It's very easy. I remember the first time that John Cena, he faced Kurt Angle, and John Cena says, ruthless aggression. And at that point, everyone got invested and hooked into John Cena. And that's why he was a so many time world champion. But he's just gold for that company. Champion. Yeah, they're bringing him back for some.
They're absolutely stripped.
Well, calm me live. He'll be back. He's coming back very soon, I think, to face Reigns at SummerSlam. And I told you so. On here, he's coming back.
Who did we see it? I'm pointing, Steve's there to me, so I'm saying, who did we see? I didn't know I'm pointing at that, but on mine, Steve's there. Who did we see that Reigns will be fighting? Who coming back?
He's facing Edge at Money in the Bank this summer.
Oh yeah, no, we were talking about like a main event, like a big one, like SummerSlam. We said that
Brock Lesnar possibly. There was thoughts of Brock Lesnar coming back, but
I can't remember who we were having a conversation about. But
Bobby Lashley.
Nah.
I think Cena is currently starting a new film that's due to kick off filming.
To be honest, because his camera's not on.
Yeah.
It's not Fast and Furious 10, is it?
Well, do you know what it is, right? I reckon you got to get the Rock to fight Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. The original Samoan Chief.
Family on family. We're having that conversation.
They're leading to the head of the table being The Rock. And I would think that's going to wait till a WrestleMania, to be honest. It's not going to... It would either happen at SummerSlam, Survivor Series,
The Rock's only WrestleMania guy, and he doesn't have to...
Look at this, right? The Rock has been away for how long? If Raw was on, or SmackDown was, and you heard, if you smell... You fucking goosebumps all over, aren't you?
Exactly the same,
like when Edge came back.
When Edge's music came at the Rumble, oh my God, that was unbelievable. One of the best feelings.
Is it so many years for The Rock at Survivor Series this year? Is it hitting a certain number?
It was his debut.
96, wasn't he? He started
very early. And he came out as Rocky Maivia.
He had the worst finishing move you've ever seen. Was it a shoulder block or something?
Yeah.
Just Rocky Maivia was a terrible wrestler. Just all about terrible.
Do you see the hair on him? The hair on him. And his costume.
The best thing that he ever done was join the Nation of Domination.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think The Rock might have got lost, but he joined that. And they gave him a bit of mic skill, and he was a heel, and they just thought, fucking hell, this guy's golden.
The only trouble
as a heel, by
the
far
only
better heel as he is fierce. Seth Rollins, love Seth Rollins, my guy.
Excuse me.
You know who the best heel is? And I'm going, The Miz, because The Miz will weasel his way to win any fight. The Miz is the ultimate heel. If he's a baby face or a face, it doesn't work. He's got to be, but he's not like a Roman Reigns hard fucking heel.
The Miz and
He's
Johnny
the weasel heel, isn't he?
Miz got his opportunity in the Tough Enough competition, and that's how he got his road in.
Tough Enough was great. I love Tough Enough me.
Well, the Miz has got great mic skills as well.
He's passing the mic.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best on the mic, the Miz.
And let's be honest, he's fucking married a beauty and all.
Yeah, he has. He has. Put it this way, I'd climb over you to get there.
I climb over Steve to get
a long climb, mate.
So, man, what do we give this beer then? Or IPA?
I quite enjoy this. I don't even think we actually rated the Thundertaker.
Well, what we'll do is we'll do it at the end and we'll rate 1 to 4. Let's do that.
That's fine.
Yeah, cool.
That's fine.
Cool.
Absolutely fine. Damo, are you still there, matey? I'm missing you.
He needs his back up.
Yes. No, I don't need
I'm
backup.
still here, mate. I'm having to change my camera equipment round because I can't find the power lead for that one. So I'll be back with you in very shortly.
What do you think about it, James? How do you think about the beer?
This one, it's got more of an aftertaste, like more than the Thundertaker.
It's got more of a pleasanter aftertaste, I think.
I definitely like it. It's not something I would buy pint after pint after pint if it was like in a pub or whatever, but it's definitely okay. It's a bit more stronger, but
if somebody bought you it, would you be disappointed?
No.
It's always a good sign.
No, I wouldn't be disappointed.
I can't wait till he's had another 2 because he's slumping in that chair already. He's going to be on the bloody floor after 4.
Right, lads, I'm going to have to just nip to the toilet. The mic is a while.
Get your quips out.
I'll see you when I get my glasses then.
Need his crutches. We could probably go. I was thinking like when you were sitting there, Mr. McGregor, saying Jim's probably going to be asleep after the next 2. We're thinking 25 to 10 now. We only run normally like 2.5 hour show. We're not going to get through them all if we don't hurry up.
Don't worry.
We'll be like when we podcast, like we'll chat so much, and we're like, if we have a set amount of beers, we'll forget them. We're just chatting and having a drink, and we'll just chat, like bring topics in or bring a guest in, and it's like, shit, we've got like 3 beers to drink in half an hour. So we're like, get them down, and it's like, oh, it's a great time to be alive.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good banter. Everyone's having a laugh.
Like I've said, I'm so glad. Like obviously we've been able to get you on, Jim. We know we spoke about it for a while and get Mr. McGregor on and Lord Stone on, but we were saying, because we started off just doing food reviews, then we started doing Instagram videos, and we were like put on a poll there saying like, what do you want to see more from us? Like me and Steve, like be brothers, and it's like, we want to see a podcast, because in nowhere on Instagram all there was not enough to say, and now it's not enough because this was peak Corona, so you were isolated, you couldn't go out, you couldn't see your mates, and it's like this is like the lad banter that you miss from in the pub. Like this is what you need. Like this is the crack you have with the boys when you're in the pub, beers and pints, and this is exactly what everybody was missing. So we thought from then on, like, let's hit a podcast. Let's hit a podcast.
It's fantastic, mate. I'm really enjoying it. I've never done this before. I've done obviously podcasts, but I've never sat and drank beers, the same beers with the guys who I know.
But that's it. Like, well, me and Steve, like, we weren't really out there people, but the weeks when we were first starting out, we didn't have any guests on the show.
Really, Marty, me?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you couldn't just sit and talk to a camera for like 2 hours, like we've done. You can now, but you couldn't at the beginning, because I remember watching the first video of Stephen. They were ropey as fuck. Like you trying to introduce the video.
Fucking ropey as fuck these days.
But when there's just Stephen, sorry.
I always remember when CCW started and James and Davey used to do to me, and it was absolutely crackers. And they go on for 2 hours and stuff like that, and I keep telling, no, don't, just bring it down, half an hour, hit the pot, go as it goes. So currently, every night, Monday to Friday, we'll usually have a 30-minute at least show. And the numbers, while we started in lockdown, didn't we, James? Absolutely started at the bottom. And we started at naught, but then everyone couldn't go anywhere. So they had to watch us, which was fantastic.
That was us.
And we get the characters over and we get the stories over because we're a really story-based company.
Yeah.
It's like when we were doing Dustin and Liam up at Easy and Colliery and stuff like that, and they were knocking 7 bells out. The amount of 1,000 views we got on that, James, was absolutely phenomenal. It was just people wanting to watch and get hooked and endearing something.
I think
the founders, and it's great.
The one that probably took me, and I think was quite a big storyline for you guys, was when I'm shite with names. I forget people's names all the time, but it was one. I think we spoke about him earlier on. The meathead. What's he called?
Sean Duffy.
Duffy. He's supposed to like drown the kid at the beach.
Yeah, he drowned Dustin. That's what we want.
That was like everyone was like obviously gone berserk, like what was going on with him. And I was like thinking, I never come. I was thinking, what's happened? Like what's going on here? I need to know. And then
do you want that funny story with that?
I know what you're gonna say.
My phone went bonkers after that went off. You know, as the Sea Coast Guards out, or as the police out, as the helicopters, as the lifeguards out looking. And I'm like just saying, the only way I would have to respond was everything's under control. Someone's out looking for Dustin.
I've seen that comment quite a lot. Like we've got people looking for him. Like I've seen that quite a lot.
Yes, because that's what.
I know. Me and James had the conversation. Did we go a bit too far? No. I says, look, what it's got people talking about us. It's getting, you know, when you're looking for publicity and hooks. It got the hook because everyone thought that Dustin had been dragged. And actually, the pair of them done a great job with it. Do you want to tell a funny story at the end of that? What Dustin did at the end of that? I've just put you in a corner, haven't I?
You have actually.
Give us a Brewskis exclusive, James. Give us one.
This is what we're after. This is what we got you on for.
This is what we wanted. We wanted the juice.
This has never ever been spoke about to anybody, even CCW people. There's only a handful of people know.
Well, I know anyway.
There's only a handful of people know the story. So the ending to that match wasn't supposed to be what you saw, because obviously we filmed it on a nice day where it was forecast for snow the next day. The water was really cold. So obviously the idea was Sean was going to be obviously drowning Dustin, and Dustin's body was going to be floating on top of the water while Sean was looking at it. Obviously, when we filmed it, and obviously Dustin was getting took under the water, he jumped up that quick and he shot off like Roadrunner to the fire. It wasn't even lit. And then next minute I know, I'm saying, Lee, we need to film the rest of this. She was like, fuck that! So I'm like, shit, what do I do? So next thing I'm like looking over to Lee, he's over where the bunker is, naked on the beach, butt naked, his arse is out and everything, trying to light this fucking fire, trying to keep warm. And I'm like, how do I do the ending to this? How do I do the ending? So I thought, while he's ducked his head down, I'll add a black screen with the man sound like he's drowning, so you can hear it, but it's like looking through the eyes of Dustin. If you put your head under the water, it's like looking, you can't see, you drowned it, and it worked out okay. It worked out better, but that wasn't the ending. But it worked out the end. But
this is what Brewskis was the bush all about. We're all about these exclusives. Like if we can give it the edge in Christian, that's it, right there.
You know what it is, though? I've got no idea what he's on about. I haven't even seen the clip.
It's good fun.
Well, you'll have to look it up. We'll have to try and get you tagged in. Yeah, I'm not friends with you, Steve, but if Martin, if you like, you tag
I'll
him
find
in,
it for you. I'll show him.
Yeah, you'll have to tag him in.
What you want to do, James? What you want is you want to have your colour commentary, the normal ones, you know, the professional ones. What you want is a table next to it, me and Marty doing our commentary.
Yes, you'll be having beers at the same time.
Yes, having a few beers at the same time.
Reviewing the beer.
I can just
Funny enough, I wasn't going
CCW Halloween special.
Funnily enough, I wasn't intending on doing it sober either, but you know. No, the
Damo's going to be on our table.
That's it. I don't want to sit where he is. I'm over there with the boys.
Yep.
What? I'm like, you're supposed to be commentating. I am commentating.
This bit's
The brothers, I'm with the brothers.
Unfortunately, you guys have got me audio only for the rest of this. It's the replacement camera is a sack of shit as well. So I do apologize.
What happened? Did your shirt fucking knock the other one? Did it?
Yeah.
It's whiteness filter dulled out.
You know what? When he came on, I thought I'd fucking took some acid.
Excuse me. Last Saturday when we were in Leeds, and he came down from the room, and he was wearing this suit, and I went, "You're not going to the wrestling looking like that?" And he goes, "Yeah, of course I am." Fuck's sake.
I'm going to pick with you, Mr. McGregor. You've got red curtains.
No, they're orange. Definitely orange.
Oh, never close enough though.
You'll never see red in my eye.
They look red to me.
Not red at all. It's just a filter. That's all it is in the light. That's all it is.
How's you going to get out this one? The elite establishment is spelt in red.
No, it isn't.
It's not even spelled establishment, it's establishment.
It's the UK flag, you idiots. You know, elite establishment, it's fine.
Yeah, Marty, what should we be? The dictionary teaching them how to spell in the
don't
Tory.
talk about dictionary. He's got a dictionary.
I have got a dictionary.
Oh, here we go.
Here you go. This is Mr. McGregor's dictionary. Because it's Collins.
What I'll tell you, Mr. McGregor, is get it out and learn how to spell establishment.
Just goes off the side of the screen, you pillock. You know, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, who's the pillock? The guy who's got a shit fucking sign, or the guy who hasn't?
I can guarantee the next show will be perfect. That sign will be perfect.
I can see someone having their legs broken very soon.
It already is.
Oh, well, guess what? We'll do the same to the other one, you prat.
That's all right, Mr. Gregor. As long as I get me crutch round your buns, it'll be all right.
That'll be a prop, couldn't it? In the back. Get the crutches out.
Have you met Tony? As in Tony Blair.
Tony Blair. Oh, there's Tony Blair. Oh, it's red. It's red.
All I'll say is, excuse me, Tony Blair, he was a Tory, really. You know that. For what he did, he was definitely a Tory, was Tony.
I didn't really care about politics.
We're not really into the politics at this side.
Right. Come on. Let's stop talking and start bloody drinking.
Right,
you know, my bloody glass is empty here.
Yes, I'm done.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
So, James, you just did that one, didn't you? Colin?
Yeah, I liked it, me.
Colin, it's now your turn.
It's Colin's turn.
Oh, well, I've got Scotty Too Hottie, or I've got Big Popper Pump.
Funny enough, Mr. McGregor, we've all got the same ones.
You sure?
That was the full thing by the set.
Excuse me. Don't be a clever cunt.
That's a Brewski way, though, to be honest. That's how we are.
All right, then. I'll go with Scotty Too Hoppy, then.
Now, I want to say that this is my favourite can of them all. Like, I absolutely love it.
Is it the green?
Was his bean as good as yours?
It's green one. Green, James.
He's got a great bean. He's got a great one. He's given it like, I almost feel that it's full Y2J mode. He's gone Y2J. He's gone it.
Yeah.
This was the pause that he used to pull out before he'd
did the worm. Yeah, it was classic.
Is it when he hopped around on 1 foot?
That's me at the moment.
That's Steve. To be honest, though, it was the shittest finisher in the world. Neither could that win a match.
Oh, no.
The shittest finisher is a people's elbow. That would never knock someone out.
Obviously, DDT, the shit finisher.
I always remember.
Oh, no. Me and you's going to fall out of that one, dude. The DDT.
I mean, the DDT is the greatest finisher in the world.
To be honest, the DDT is pretty ruthless because if you imagine if you're not doing it properly, fucking driving someone's head into the crowd.
I actually don't mind the DDT because Dean Ambrose pulls out a mint dirty D, which is class DDT.
Did Edge do one? Like he kind of
the execution, wasn't it? It was a lift, wasn't it? Yeah.
The
Yeah, I'll
downward
retract
spiral and
that.
all that.
No, Demo.
Yes, that was
Sorry.
Demo.
Well, the best finishes, even though I was a rock fan back in the day when it was all on, the stunner because it came out new. Like
Stunner.
the RKO comes out of nowhere, doesn't it?
You know what? Like it's the same as a spear. You can hit a spear from anywhere. Like there's no anything can lead up to a spear in a clothesline. When AP Bradshaw was the clothesline from hell, you could hit that from any direction at an angle.
He had some naughty clotheslines on him, like Bradshaw.
Do you remember when Hardcore
Bradshaw when they used to have the
like smack with the plate, like
Well,
that was decent.
all I'll say is JBL and the Blue Meanie. And if you know that story, that's an excellent story.
Yeah.
The Blue Meanie, ECW, yeah. Unfortunately, JBL just went a little too far. You know, he took kayfabe just a little extra, didn't he, Demo?
Yeah,
And knocked 7 bells out of Blue Meanie.
He didn't like the ECW guys, and this was at one of those ECW one night stand pay-per-views. They basically there was a mass brawl at one point between all the ones who weren't in the main event, essentially. Just started kicking 12 bells out of each other, and Bradshaw stiffed the Blue Meanie quite heavily. Basically cracked him properly, nearly broke his nose. But a couple of weeks later on SmackDown, this is why the BWO had a little bit of an extra run after that on SmackDown, because the basically it was to give JBL his receipt, essentially.
Yeah.
You know.
And he got his receipt, thank you.
Oh, yep.
Right, I'm going to get this open, boys. I'm going to get this open.
Right, let's get this crack open.
Let's crack it in. Let's crack it. Because I've got a question to ask after, like a wrestling themed question afterwards. But we'll do this beer and then we'll have a go.
Yep, sounds good.
Not a lot of smell on it, is there?
No.
It's quite an even smell, isn't it? Yeah.
Not as strong.
There's nothing to me. There's nothing there in regards to smell.
No.
If anything, with me, I'm getting like a little bit of a faint waft of the Thundertaker one. Getting a little bit of a faint waft of that in the background.
Dry smell, isn't it?
I think what you can smell there is probably the cryo that's what you can smell like. It's got an absolute standard IPA smell.
Yeah.
It's got that morning piss look again.
Here we go. Here we go. Just tell you a story how me and Lord Stone met. We met at a wrestling event about 4 years ago at North Wrestling, and we've been good friends since then. And what happens is there's 3 beers for a tenner. So what usually happens is I give Lord Stone a tenner, and he drinks 2 for every one. So he has 20 quid on him. I have 3 pints and he has 6, and it's just great fun. And we met, and now we do a weekly radio show on novaradio.co.uk in Newcastle 102.5, 8 till 10 on a Wednesday, a wrestling show. We usually got an hour, or sometimes we got 2 hours.
I downloaded that. I think you might have put in last week demo or the week before. And I downloaded and I was listening for it because I was often out and about town. And I've been putting Spotify on. I had your radio on for a little bit, and I was like, I didn't really know what to expect, because I don't really know what to expect when I listen to radios apart from like the norm. But it wasn't too shabby. Like you had throwbacks, you had some classics, you had some bit of mix of everything. It was decent to listen to be honest. So I was a pleasant surprise.
I should really get around to updating this the anchor thing that feeds into Spotify, because I think we only got 5 episodes up there at some point last year.
I think you need to do is update an episode where you can get Beard Brothers on there and we can have a little chat in the studio.
Here we go.
Every day more, we promise not to swear.
Yeah, we can.
No, you can't swear.
Time, we're
live. I'll quite happily invite me and Lord Stone and you to come up one Wednesday night, and we'll just talk beer and wrestling for 2 hours.
I think that sounds like the absolute best night ever.
Hey, yeah.
What, we're fucking leaving James out, are we?
Yeah, of course we are.
I want to big balls.
James will represent. It's all right, mate. We represent.
I've got a beard. I'll be on your side.
Here we go. Yeah, you got your head on upside down. That's what you've got, Barris. You got your head on upside down.
To be honest, I get that all the time. I'll get upside down head all the time.
So how would the show go? Will we talk about all the wrestlers that used to either drink beer in the ring or beer money, Stone Cold, like things like that? Could it be something like that?
There could be so many conversations, avenues you could run down. it'd be just like another episode of an unfiltered Brewskis, just absolutely off the cusp and just straight in it.
I think it'll be a good show, like Demo.
Yeah, I mean, I think as daft as it sounds, I think because like, to make sure that we're not having to edit things out for time constraints, because the FM radio slot that we've got is a set 2 hours, and for most of the weeks on that, we do the second hour of it, and there's 2 guys in the studio that Wayne and Liam, or Wayne and Lucas, or Wayne and James, or any guest that they've got, they go in live, and we do like a pre-record for the second one, and I think that we can easily top 3 or 4 hours in a conversation. So I think like it's probably going to be easier if we pre-record like the lot and then put it out in bits for a couple of weeks. That way the whole conversation.
That's all I'm saying. Brewskis for the month.
Damn straight, man. Damn straight. You can't right. See it, but
we're making Demo's job so much easier for him. I didn't have to fill any time. Just let the guys on.
There you go.
Cheers, boys. Let's see what this tastes like.
Cheers. Enjoy.
Cheers,
I'm going to say it's the worst out of the 3.
It instantly hit us how minging it was.
It's just like this. Scotty 2 Hottie weren't the greatest. And at the moment, he's going to get 2 world champs.
If the 4 wrestlers are on these cans, is this going to be the worst of them all?
I mean, I still quite prefer this to the Thundertaker, but then again, I normally go in for the more malty ones, as I say, you know. So I mean, I quite preferred this one to the Thundertaker because it didn't have that dry edge on it, that knock.
I think this one's got quite a sour taste to it.
Yeah.
It's got no aftertaste.
Like I said, I don't understand how it's only got 1 for bitter, because it's a very bitter drink.
I don't know.
I think that's 2 for bitter, mate.
It's not the best one, is it? I definitely say this is the worst of the 3 up to now.
I mean, I could not.
You know what, Mr. McGregor, we agree on something.
Right, lads, it's been a lovely episode. We might as well just call it there then. Thanks very much for coming on.
Be careful, Steve. You'll be voting Conservative next.
You said I didn't anyway.
Oh, you kept that quiet, didn't you? Oh, well, that's good.
I have no allegiance to any politics, mate. I can be swayed either way.
No, I didn't vote because I don't think anyone does anything for me. So what's the point?
You could always come down the elite establishment. We have a party.
Like I just didn't want to.
You know, the only guy I ever liked in politics was Donald Trump.
I love the Trump, mate.
I was going to say that's a hell of a hill to die on, mate. But
He's past Trump, man. He just said it as it was. No bullshit.
He's Donald out.
But enough with red.
I like it. It's red.
Flipping red.
But yeah, I just want to go.
Give me Dennis Skinner. Give me Dennis Skinner any day. Sorry, mate, in the way of politicians. Dennis Skinner was the Don.
Dennis Skinner could cut you down in a stroke, and then he'd get banned out the Commons for a fortnight for calling someone something deleterious. I can imagine, but
he said that he said one time half of the people on the opposing bench are corrupt, and then he got called out by the speaker on it, and he comes back saying, "No, okay, I retract that. Half of the people on the opposite side of the bench aren't corrupt." Yeah, and he just kept
what a guy.
Can I just say something, guys? I've just noticed something, and just call me stupid.
Yes, I will.
Not before.
Stupid.
You know, like the hexagon thing on the back, and even the out with 5.
Did you notice that they're all the same on every can?
It's all the same.
All the same on every can. Yeah.
It is. I've noticed that, but what it is, if you have a look at the hops above it, they're all different hops. So they've all been brewed the same, I think, but with different hops to give them a different
I think that's what we said at the beginning. They'll all taste relatively the same, but there'll be one slight difference between them all, which is the hops of them all.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's a bit like the North Riding Brewery's stouts that they do, where they've got like different flavored stouts. It's the same base. It's the same base stout brewed the same way,
isn't it?
Just with a different.
It kind of reminds me of that episode of Top Gear where they're all going to buy a convertible. They all end up with the BMW. And like, oh, that's great because all the same. Let's see how the aged and how much shit got broken into after about 10 seconds.
But just go back to what Jim said, like that's the first thing I noticed when I looked at the ingredients and stuff. Like it was all the same, and then I read into it and looked into it more. I was like, yeah, to the untrained eye is what that was.
You know what it is? It will be the same ingredients and things like that because it's like a set.
Of course, that's
and you don't want to like broad the set too much. But but it's a good little thing because you get to taste like, for an example, like the this one here, Scotty Tortoise. If I say any with Idle Horse 7 in, I'll be kind of dubious now because I think it's not as good as the Chinook or the Taurus.
I think
so it kind of gives you a good.
Chinook's quite a sweet to taste.
I think the Chinook's the best one.
Yeah, I think we've come across a few Chinooks where they've been quite a sweet to taste, which is decent. But I want to go back to the original question I was trying to ask about 10 minutes ago.
Sorry.
When it comes to wrestling, obviously we're being a wrestling show. When you hear an entrance theme and music, what would give you like the biggest buzz, like past or present?
For me, Triple H, time to play the game.
Good, great. That's a great like just the first one. Time to play the game.
Yeah, I'm 100%. I know that.
I can guarantee.
McGregor's going to say William Regal, isn't he?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to say William Regal. I'm going to say Ric Flair. Well, you hear that woo and the music.
Give us a woo. Give us a woo for the pod.
Oh, you're not getting a woo off me. You're not getting a woo off me.
Wait till he drinks that last one. Wait till he drinks that last beer.
No,
4 5.
I remember on a WWE program where Bobby Heenan just put that feather boa on the chair, and this is while Ric Flair was still in WCW, and it was like saying he's coming to WWE, and it was like, oh my God, Flair's coming to WWE, and then when he won the
92 Rumble, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 92 Rumble. He came in early and won it. And he had blood all over his face and stuff. He did like to bleed, did Flair. But that guy, he pulled that company through. Him, Hogan, whether you like him or not, he did a lot to get it in the public. But you know, like the workhorses. Like I love, my favorite theme tune when I started attention is Mr. Perfect's theme tune. And when that music starts, it always brightens my day up when I hear that music. Kurt Hennig absolutely misses his absolute. He was intricately, technically brilliant. Was perfect. Absolutely loved it. So probably a perfect. I might even, if you're lucky, I might be able to find the old perfect music on here. So you go and play nicely. Give me 30 seconds. See
what music do you come out with, McGregor?
It's you'd like it. You'd read it. I don't have a copy of it with me here, but I'm sure.
I would ask James to play it, but every time James played any music, we just kind of hear it, so it's not even any point in that one.
All right, here we go. Here's a Mr. Perfect theme. Here we go. 1 second.
Isn't that very similar to the establishment's music?
No, not at all.
I've heard of music like that on CCW where it's very close to that.
It sounds like Bulldogs, I think. It's Bulldogs.
Yeah.
It's Rule. Don't just come out Rule Britannia. Like it's air guitar. You know, like a guitar, something like that, or it's something like that.
It's shall we say it was an ex-British Bulldog song anyway. I think that's where it came out of.
What a wrestler as well.
Very, very sad. He died at 39, and very sad, very, very sad. But his son Harry
didn't have a stroke or anything, the Bulldog, because I remember watching him at WCW. You remember when it was? Is it Alex or what's his name? Alex someone. He was cut the promo on that. Alex is, I think it was German or something. It's German
Alex
guy.
Wright.
Yeah. Alex Wright. The Wunder Kid.
Yeah.
When he was talking, the bulldog, his lip was down a little bit. He was just I don't know if he was intoxicated, if he was drunk or on drugs.
That may have been something to do with the painkillers, because when the Bulldog was in WCW around about the time that Alex Wright was there, if I remember rightly, that might have been after the trapdoor incident that did his back in.
Yeah,
right.
With when the Ultimate Warrior came out of a trapdoor and that was in the middle of the ring, but Bulldog did his back in on the trapdoor in a match before that, because that had the ring sort of rigged ready to come up in that. But aye, I mean, as if are we talking theme tunes or the actual wrestler coming to the ring?
Just the entrance music. So when you hear that entrance music hit, the buzz of that.
The closest I've come to that was I got to see Progress a little while ago down in Sheffield. It was the first one they did there, because I think the Manchester place that they used to use, it got double booked with like the indie band Ash, so they ended up doing like the show in Sheffield instead. So I was like, yeah, I can get a megabus there. Bang, I'm on the way.
What a night! What a night! I'm gone.
And
How Dave lives there.
It was just before they had to stop all the copyrighted music, because there came a time when they had to basically get rid of all of the copyrighted music for their on-demand service. So at this point, Marty's Skill was coming out. I know he's not really.
My skills never came out, to be honest. I'm just going to put that out there.
Skills on eating, that's about it.
He's kind of persona non grata at the moment, from what I understand. But yeah, due to an incident at IPW UK. But no, he was using Machine Gun by Portishead, and when that drum beat hit at the start of that, it was like, oh, this is the fucking done this, you know. It was like this. It just had the right sort of vibe to it.
Marty Skill always had a great look. He always wrestled well, and but about a year ago there was something called the Speaking Out movement, which was a British wrestling, people calling out people who were traders and people who'd been in the wrestling industry, either bullying or, shall we say, coaching or grooming people. And there was a big furore about a year ago, and it started, I think it was 5 women and 1 lad about this, and we lost, I would say, 10 or 15%, Damo, would you say, of the echelon, you know, the top bar of wrestling, just in a fortnight. And there's so many allegations were made against them, and you know, people thought, oh shit. And I thought, go on, Damo, go on, you carry on.
I mean, the reason that we lost quite a lot of the group at that time that had ascended to the top tiers of British wrestling was because a lot of the allegations that were coming out seemed to revolve around after parties from one particular promotion. That promotion's no longer going, but one of their previous ownerships was a little bit dodgy himself. And there were after parties with underage girls and the rest of it. And at the time, it was like one of the second to top tier UK independent promotions. And I mean, that's why, like I said, that's where the Jack Gallagher thing came from. That's where the Marty Skill thing came from. That's where the Damien Dunn thing came from. And it's, you know, it's like basically all different after parties there. And obviously he's like, I mean, I think the London Riot stuff came out of that as well.
Yeah.
When you get in there, sorry, Colin, go on.
And at the end of the day, it isn't acceptable at any time with these allegations made. And of course, mud stuck. Even if you hadn't, there's quite a few people tried to clear the name. And, you know, these young girls, these women, these professional wrestlers, and even I remember Amir Jordan suggested about one of his trainers while he was on Ramadan. Yeah. You know, had him running up and down a beach, and that wrestler was in NXT UK and then swiftly left. And I looked at it as as an elite establishment guy, but as a fan as well, as it's an opportunity now. The echelon's gone. And when NXT UK came, it sucked out a lot of the top talent up to NXT UK, but it left places in the independents for all these up and coming. And as myself, Damo and me especially, been years watching independent wrestling, and you see these young kids, 18, 20, green as grass, come out their first wrestling shows, and then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 years later, they make it to NXT UK or even get over to America. I remember seeing Eddie Kingston in Newcastle in November 19, I think it was, and now he's top guy in AEW. I remember seeing Jordan Devlin, NXT UK, and all these guys at North and in the Northeast Wrestling. And it's I remember seeing El Phantasmo. Where's he? New Japan now, Damo? Something like that?
Yep, New Japan, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion, I believe.
I saw El Phantasmo at Billingham Synthonia Football Club fight Mickey the Dragon.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. You think, I'm so happy for you, Guy, that you've got your dream and you've made your dream. But I was there.
When he said, when somebody can like make their dream like wrestling debut, no matter what like organization you're wrestling for, to know that, like me, argument's sake, saying like I've loved wrestling growing up, like, and if I could like wrestle just for one night, I'd be out there, I'd be buzzing.
Yeah, we're gonna win the tag team championships.
We are gonna be the tag team
Broskis.
We are. We're gonna bring our belts. That's it. We're gonna pick them up.
Bringing it home. We're bringing it home.
Wait till the Halloween show comes when we fucking slide in that ring. I'm gonna get off a Star Fog splash.
if you're after a short-term intensive course, I'll probably recommend PCW Training Academy down in Preston. They do things like they do like, you know, you get white collar boxing where you get 8 weeks worth of coaching and then you go on the
boxing event.
Yeah, they do a wrestling version of that. Which could be well worth a look. And Preston ain't too difficult to get to either.
I'm gonna go for me finishing move is gonna be the half a Star Fog splash. Need 5 stars. I'm gonna fall off the top rope.
All I'll say, Matty, is your nose won't be there. It'll be over here by that time.
And I've actually got not a bad nose, to be honest. So I'm,
my finish is gonna be the tackle. I fold them up.
I love it.
It'll be right.
Guys, on the obviously on the last one, if I try it with you guys, obviously we've got this big, strong, big Papa Paul Scott Steiner. Obviously, it reminds me of a guy who isn't in a very good place at the moment. I would like to dedicate this last can to Derek Allen, who is in hospital right now.
Is this the guy you were telling me about earlier, James?
Yeah, he looks like he's only got maybe a couple of days left or something to live. And, just when I look at this can, it kind of reminds me of Derek, what he's gone through with myeloma and obviously helping Amy, Sean's wife or partner, and, donating money to her as well. So if I try it with you guys, I want to kind of just dedicate that one to Derek Allen.
It's kind of fitting and kind of like in a way mad that it's been the last can, and it's something that you can then, like I said, put across to him as well after everything he's gone through.
Just let me say at this point, James, even though he's a pillock and a panic most of the time, when he gets his heart into something and when he gets his mind into something, he really makes beautiful video and editing. And I remember first, and I'm getting emotional now thinking about it, when he did the Derek video, I think we've got over 8,000 views on it and stuff like that, telling Derek's story. And also when I've been telling the Amy story about, the consequences of Sean and Amy. And it really tugs at heartstrings. I had cancer in 2018. I had 3 cancer operations in 18. I fortunately didn't have chemotherapy or anything like that. All surgical. I'm still here. And I always tell everyone, you fight every day. You do what the doctors tell you. You stay positive and you carry on. You talk to people. People were very afraid to talk to me when I had cancer, worrying I was going to die. I was never going to bloody die. never in a month of Sundays. I was going to fight through every part of it. And I know me and James have had this story. And I know every time I tell that story, he wells up as much as I do. And we're with them. And when people say I've got cancer, and I just say, look, you fight every bloody minute you can. You get through it. You know, life's hard. You know, they put dark shadows in front of us, but the light will always come through and we'll get there. And, you know, what he's done for like Amy and Derek, and I know he told me a story yesterday, Derek, about his state. And when Derek actually gave a donation to Amy, and that was like, that broke my heart, that did. Absolutely broke my heart. Derek might not be here for long, as James says, but in CCW, we'll never forget Derek.
I think, like I said, it's absolutely massive respect to everybody that goes through, like, and the people that support him, like to you, James, like, absolutely fantastic. Everything that you do, like, in regard to, like, supporting people that have gone through such terrible times, and all the charity things that you do, you probably don't get enough credit for. Like, although I would say every time I see a charity football match, I'm thinking, I could be fucking playing there and I never get invited once, but I'm thinking, you bastard.
Excuse me, Marty. I wish you played for our bloody team. Because it was wrestlers versus football. We got trounced.
Before Steve even gets there, I bet you, Steve, because whatever you need, did I put him on penalties?
No, I said, forget me, don't invite me to a charity football.
I thought Steve was saying whatever you said, didn't put him on penalties. I think that's where it's coming from next.
Well, Martin, we won the penalties, but we come third in the tournament. So it was about the money. It wasn't about the. It would have been nice to win the trophy, but I think we're going to get set up again. But if you're willing to,
I'm in for any game of football, any day of the week, any time of the day.
You're more than welcome to play with the CCW team.
Steve's a great goalkeeper. Do you know what we call him? Do you know what our nickname is for Steve when he's in goal? Mr. DHL, better delivery.
But yeah, mate, it was fantastic. A good turnout. Obviously, we raised funds. You know, Amy was there, obviously in the wheelchair. She handed the trophy out. The papers were in the Sunday Sun last week. Then we've been in East Devon Life newspaper. I've got a few copies in the car because I got them. And it's just about, like, CCW isn't just about wrestling. It's about, you know, communities. It's about helping. It's about being there for people. You know, that obviously wrestling is a percentage of what we do. Stories is a percentage. Helping people with mental health, helping people get out, make friends, be a part of something, learn some skills I've never learned how to edit before in my life, and I'm putting these videos together and I'm up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
No, I think we need Damo's help on that. Damo needs to give us a masterclass on that, because we could do with some help on there for sure.
So, yeah, definitely.
I'll see what I can do with this one.
You didn't need any help on this one. This is fucking A-star all the way, so didn't forget about this one.
Damo, okay, give us the footage and all everything what James has been saying out of it, and it's just us and the lads, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like, look, lad, this is great as it is. Doesn't need any editing. It's just ready to go.
Yeah. You said you're dedicating the can to somebody. Who are you dedicating it to?
He's called Derek Allen, and
right. So what we want to do then?
Myeloma cancer. And
what we want to do then is we'll dedicate this podcast to him.
Yes.
Okay, because we've got you three boys on, and these podcasts are not just for ourselves, it's for you as well. You're our guests, and yeah, we'll dedicate this podcast to him.
Yeah.
Any charity organisations that are involved with CCW, send links over to us, and we will always post them for you.
That's great, man.
Maybe the funds we'll put to them. Any B-Brothers merch from this podcast alone, we'll put to the charity, the trust, the fund, whatever goes through for them, we'll put their way.
Yeah, definitely spot on, guys.
Much appreciated, man. Well. Much appreciated.
Sorry, Damo. Go ahead, mate.
And I was just saying, much appreciated. Thanks, thank you very much, guys. It's a very much appreciated gesture.
Like I say, if you guys are doing the same, we'll help as much as we can on our end and stuff, and any involvement.
Just the fact that you guys agreed to come on our podcast helps us. Like that's enough for us. Just the fact that we can book a guest in on a weekly basis, that's good enough for us. Like, because me and Steve said from the get-go, like, we don't give a fuck about the money side of it. Like
Yeah.
we don't like in our podcast when we put I put the podcast out on a weekly basis and I could monetize it, but I don't give a shit about the money that we might make what 5-10 quid a podcast. It doesn't care. Like we put it out because we enjoy doing it. The fact that
that's good.
if it comes to a weekly basis where we think we've got to get a podcast out because we might need 20-30 quid from a podcast, what is the point in doing it? Like
we've been offered sponsorships and things like that, and we rejected them because it's not what our brand is.
We knock the sponsorships back on the weekly basis because it's not something that we find ourselves, because we could get it, we could raise money for, we could bring money in, we can endorse it, but it's not something that me and Steve believe in. We believe in having a beer, having the crack that the boys make.
Yep, sounds good, mate. Sounds good.
Yeah,
and we believe in we believe in other people starting the journeys as well. Other people needing to get out there. We don't care about money.
This one here now is, and Steve will always back it up because I remember we were raging at the time. When we first started off, maybe January last year, we were reaching out to people left, right, and centre, just like to maybe like help us out, give us a bit of a shout out. And we reached out to this geezer, like, and he must have been on about 15,500 followers on Insta. We're like, look, we were chatting, and like, look, can you just give us a shout out on your story? Like when you were in the game, we're green, we're fresh, we just want to like try and grow. He was like, he timed us big style. He went, why would I want to help you? You're on like 100 odd followers, and I'm on like 15. I was like, you fucking dickhead. Big time.
Martin, it's the same as me, mate. Like obviously me, I own the company, but whatever money comes in, like obviously the guys get paid and stuff like that, but whatever's left, I don't really want to take a cut. I'd rather that go back in to keep us going for the next show, to keep us going, to keep doing what we love. Like I've never been paid for a year doing this, and I've loved every single second of doing it. It's been hard work, working with Davey sometimes, Davey 100 takes, and you get Colin one take.
Excuse me.
I know.
Excuse me. How many takes does it take for me to do a promo?
I did mention that. I said Davey 100 takes, Colin one take.
Yeah, one take.
But it's been fun. We've got a lot of outtakes, so I put the outtakes on the laptop and we look back at them and we laugh at them and stuff like that. It's a good journey, but like I've got the same mentality as you, like obviously with the money side, I'm not really in it for the money, but obviously the product does need something coming in to keep it afloat so the guys get paid.
Like I said, we'll never take the money from something, but if somebody sends us a beer, like we'll take the beer because it costs them pennies to produce the beer. Right. But we'll take a beer, not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Then again,
we'll always give you honest review.
Then that'll give them the sponsorship, and if they sell maybe 3 or 4 beers, then that's worth the money that they've sent us that beer. So that's how we look at it.
Yeah, we definitely. I spoke to Damo about this because, like, I felt a bit sorry for Damo because Damo likes his dark beers. So what I said, if it was okay with you guys down the line, if we could come back on again as guests, but do like dark beers instead of like.
Definitely, I love a dark beer.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Just the one.
I love them.
I get a subscription case in every month from Beer Hounds UK.
Yeah.
And it's like I used to get Beer 52, and then they sent us this.
Beer 52, terrible Beer 52.
But that's I think when I started looking for alternatives, and I found this Beer Hounds, and it gave us the option of having one that's all stouts and porters.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yes, I'm having that, and it's the same price as Beer 52. But
yeah, Beer 52 something.
It is like, I mean, I'll be honest with you, how some of that stuff, I mean, that's it's got to be like, oh shit, we can't sell this.
That's 100%. Like they give you maybe the first 2 cases are really good cases, and after that it's absolute garbage, which they kind of shift off the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, when the mixed case came out and there wasn't one single dark beer in it, I was like, nah, not
how can you give a mixed case without putting a dark beer in there at least?
Exactly, it's or at least a bitter, I mean, something that wasn't a real IPA. Yeah.
Have you boys ever had George Samuel Brewery at Shildon? Have you had any of their beers yet?
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. Really nice guy, a guy called Andrew Ferryman, and he's a real nice guy, and he does. He's down near the Wagon Works at Shildon. And they do a range of beers, and absolutely, I know at Christmas time, I know Andrew, and he says, I says, can you do me a box of beer? And thinking a box to like a dozen, he give me 2. There was 36. And I thought, come on, baby, light my fire. Let's go crazy. And he does some lovely little ones.
Let's just introduce our sixth guest on the show, James. Who's that?
Yes. My little 16-year-old sweetheart, Jess.
Jess. Hello, Jess. How you doing? Better looking than you, Barris, anyway.
I know that, James. It's an improvement.
Demo, just to say, you might not know, but because I don't know if you follow our page or not, but we've got a partnership with Siren Craft Beer. They do lovely stouts.
Oh my God, Siren do some
great beers. The code BeardBros10, you get 10% off it, mate.
Sweet, excellent. I'll keep that one in mind because I mean I've got this month's in from C84 because it was they're a brewery that I've had in the Beer Hounds cases before, and it's like and I really enjoyed it. The chocolate and peppermint porter. Jesus, that's beautiful.
Is that the one that you said you get from Newcastle Sentinel? Oh
no, the stuff I've got from Central varies quite heavily. It depends what they got in. Best one I've ever got from there was a thing called Gifts from Antalya that Steam Machine did. But that was a while ago now. But that's where I got that particular bottle of the stuff from Germany as well. But no, Central in the Central Station's good, but C84 Brewery down in Pickering, they do some really canny beers. I mean, I'm trying to wangle something in with them at the minute because on the radio program that I do on the Friday afternoons, there's a segment that I do which is like daft news stories, and then I tie in a couple of cheesy sort of punchline style tracks to them, the better use on it is by a guy called Francis Monkman, and they've got a beer called Monkman's Slaughter, which is like a really malty sort of 6% brown, and it's a cracking brew. I'm trying to see if I can wangle something with them. See, if I'm going to see if it's going to be like a runner, if they're going to keep brewing it or not.
I mean, if you can wangle something with Brewskis as well and get the boys.
Yeah, we want a warm brew, didn't we? We want a warm brew.
Hey, it's always an option. I mean,
like we've always said, like we'll take out for now. Like on Bruce side, if they want to send us it, we'll give it a go. Like
the other week, we got 6 cans from Yeasty Boys.
Oh yeah,
Yeasty's a massive company as well. Like really well recognized in the beers.
I've had a few of those before.
We give it an honest review, didn't we? There was some nice beers, there was some shit beers, and we said it straight down the line.
But yeah, we always down the line. But my goal is to brew on have a
we said that, didn't we? Me and James had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
On a tin,
No, that'd be.
I think that's what I was telling you from, wasn't it? That I was saying that me and Jim had the conversation, like just get a little micro brewery just to give us the one-off.
Yeah.
How far are you guys? How far are you guys away from Newcastle?
5 minutes.
In Sunderland.
All right. Okay. Leave that one with us.
30 minutes on the metro.
Yeah. Leave. I'll tell you what. Leave that one with us. Obviously, I've got your contact details, so we'll keep in touch on that one. I might be able to assist on that front.
Watch your space, guys. Brewskis.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Damo, if you do get it.
You didn't tell me about CCW. We could have CCW brand in a
Shut up, James. This is our brand. You want our podcast. It's our brand.
Damo, if you do hook us up and we'll make a batch of Beard Brother beer,
might drop you
5 of us will come on for it. The 5 of us will come back on for it.
Sweet. Sounds like a plan.
That's it. And then we'll do, if that was the case, if we could make any beer like that, get the 5 back on any money that we ever made from that beer, we'd give to that charity.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sounds good, mate. Sounds
good.
It's
all on you, Damo, now.
It's on you.
Me.
I know. Because I was looking at directly you, but I'm thinking, no, it needs to be Damo, which is this side.
So I'll try and work things out because but as luck would have it, my uncle's got a good amount of share in a brewery.
I'm waiting 2 hours for this.
Sorry.
Have one for me while you're there. Damo, tell me about he always wanted to me about beer, honey porters.
Yes. Now these, I mean, I'll be honest with you. The first one that I tried was from St. Peter's Brewery down in Suffolk, and I swear to God, that was like absolutely magic. That
Is that
stuff.
them, DMO, that do them like old glass bottles?
Like the oval shaped bottles.
Yes,
Yeah.
is that them?
Yeah, that's them. Yeah. Yeah. They did I mean, it's like basically, I think there's one of their dark ones that I've not tried yet, and it's because it's always out of stock when it comes into it. But the honey porter from that, it's like it's basically it's like drinking a sweet like a Mackerson stout, but then like if you drank a Mackerson stout and then took a big swig of mead after it, that's basically what you've got in you. You know, that's like what you've got in that bottle. I've still got a few of them left in the. I would have, unfortunately, the camera's fucked, so I can't really bring the thing out.
I got some of that. I know what that mead is because I got some of that up sea houses.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we need to get some mead. We need to get some mead. We look like we could rock mead, us two.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Demo, I've got a possibility. You brought me 2 honey porters down, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And I've still got them. Would you like me to bring one to the screen?
Sounds like a plan, sir. Yep, that's
Right.
If you still
2
got it.
minutes. Let the genius work his magic.
What is mead?
I have about 10 minutes about max, guys, because I've got to sort the burn out and that. So
Let's crack this last beer then.
yeah, I do apologise. It's just obviously the bear because behind me the projector's up there, and the bear wants to watch a film on the projector and that he wants to talk.
I mean,
go on, Lit.
I mean, I've got bugger all to do the rest of the night, so you know, if you I'm more than happy to hang around.
Well, like I said, what we would normally do, like we would normally finish, but we've done this a few times in the past. There, once we kill the recording, we can literally just stay on and have a chat and have a beer, and literally if the night's gone good, as long as the recording gets cut off, we can carry on.
Yeah, I'll just take the backdrops down, and I'll probably stay on. I'll
just disappear in a different room.
That's it. I'll just go in the other room.
100%, yeah, cool.
Mate, like.
Well, we'll crack this.
I don't mind.
When Mr. McGregor gets back, we'll crack this last beer open. We'll wrap it up, and then we'll just carry on chatting elsewhere.
Yeah, no bother. Like I say, yeah, and we'll all dedicate that one to Derek, and then obviously I'll quickly sort all this out and get the fan sorted, and I'll just go in the room. We'll have a keep on chatting.
I think
I'm
good.
Oh yes,
that's the stuff. It's that is a beautiful beer right there. That is a beautiful beer from Suffolk. It's
look at the shape of it.
Yes, I like them bottles.
The good thing with that is you can fit more of them into a smaller case because of the shape.
It reminds me.
Double on each other like this, isn't it? Like that.
DMO, them bottles remind me of like, you know, they were getting filled by monks back in the day.
Yeah.
Or something.
They're like sort of medicine bottles, aren't they?
Something like that. Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of.
That's it. Well,
come on, boys. Are we going to open this fourth can for God's sake?
We're about to open, man, McGregor.
Yeah, bloody Pillix. I'm waiting for you.
So, all right, then I'll introduce this one, and seeing you've all gone live and open mine. So the last one from the set is Big Popper Pump. Obviously, aka and homage to Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner, yes.
Yeah.
Holler if you hear me, Mr. Bicep Implants, if you've ever seen them.
Martin, this one's got the morning piss look as well.
Here we go. James, they've all got morning piss because you're all full of piss and fucking wind, you pelican.
I had to see it, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm gone upstairs. We all seen what happens when I pour a pint up as a time.
Mine's been spilling all over the place, mine.
You're a sloppy bastard.
I must admit, having watched wrestling for as long as I've watched wrestling, right? When you see Scott Steiner in like when he's in the Big Popper Pump era thing, like in like sort of late 90s, early 2000s, and that, there's something. I mean, like I always thought, like if you could get like if you could take someone in a time machine back to the former self. You know, it's like, can you imagine like the younger Scott Steiner as in circa 92, 93.
Fantastic.
Like, getting a look at this guy and going, like getting a look at himself in the future again. Jesus, they're like two different. I haven't even seen him
in like early 2000s, and that's exactly how I remember him. I was like,
I remember. I remember the pump. Looked like he had a couple of tennis balls in the
weren't the implants, weren't there? Like that was the thing. Like he had implants in his biceps.
I don't think so. I think they were. I think he
that
was
must have just been the rumor that went about. But like they look like surgically implanted. Like
they look like they should have
Martin,
been.
would that be like the same kind of rumor about Marilyn Manson when he got his ribs removed so he could perform?
Was that not Prince? Was that not Prince?
I thought it was Marilyn Manson.
Did I? Years two was showing a bit queer. I was thinking about maybe like Nicki.
You and Nick told us.
That's what I was thinking about. But
you and Nick told us, Marty.
Here's what you've heard the one about the fella in the fella that was in the locker room in WWE in the 80s and 90s that was allegedly able to do that.
Aye.
Lanny Poffo.
Lanny Poffo.
AKA the original genius. Apparently he was able to do that. Randy, he was able to give himself head.
Demo, for God's sake!
I was in a group chat with somebody before, and that got brought up, right? And somebody said, "Well, wouldn't you like if you could?" And one of the boys went, "Aye," and we were like, "You fucking homo!" And like, and he just bit. And like that was
Martin,
it.
Martin, it'd be so funny if he was shit doing it though, wouldn't it?
I never tried.
Imagine, all right, you could do it, and you do it the first time, you think, fucking hell, you shit at that, man.
I can't believe you lot are talking about this. You're just bringing the show down now, aren't you?
Yeah, the show is never up anywhere.
Look, this is what we see. We see this all the time. The show starts off. By the time we finish it, I was like, the low par. The more drinks we have, the less sure the guns that.
It's all good.
I can't even believe Steve's finishes. Fucking, I haven't even started.
My verdict on this, right, guys, is with it being a big proper pump one, I thought it would have had a really big impact, like boom, in your mouth, but it doesn't really for me.
Didn't spoil us for James. I'm not even having a drink of it yet. Let us have a drink first.
Marty, stop bloody talking and get it down, you big soft lad.
You know what it is, right? It's like Scott Steiner famously, like when he got to the point where it was like all about how he looked and like the crazy stuff he would say on the microphone. There was a catchphrase. I think it was all fart and shit. Because when it happened, when the bell rang, he was practically immobile because of like the amount of like muscle that he had on him. Practically, you know, he was RE'd for sure, but not actually to go.
He couldn't move. He was a board.
So wasn't Papa Pump's Steamer, wasn't Papa Pump's chest, Kofi Kingston's and Jericho's like that. It starts coming across, doesn't it?
Kofi Kingston has the pigeon chest, doesn't he? He has no sternum. It's all like weird as out.
I'm sure Papa Pump's was like that, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Papa Pump. Whoa. He had pecs for days.
He used to, right? It was when he started cutting. It was when he started cutting down again, like cutting muscle and that, or losing muscle later on.
That's what I would look like if I went on the weird big style.
I mean, it's like.
What do you mean?
It basically, it's basically when the cleavage angle is the same as the one that China used to have. You know, that sort of it's like those. That's the.
I think my wife I'll be good.
Put it away. I remember Scott Steiner, early mid '80s. Him and Rick doing that Frankensteiner move. Absolutely.
The Steiner recliner.
Wasn't it just like one of them?
The finishing move was called the Steiner recliner, which is great because you got to sleep. What a name!
Those two.
Full Nelson.
It did work. Like the full Nelson thing that he like. Now the full Nelson was somebody else. Now the Steiner recliner was basically a camel clutch.
Oh yeah.
How do you go to sleep? Recliner. It was genius.
It was like
that. And in his later years, you just never gave Scott Steiner an open microphone because you just didn't know what shit was going to come out of his mouth.
Debating the Oscars.
I-
We've had the competition a few times.
That is the
I've had
best.
enough,
You
boys.
give him the microphone because if you don't know what's coming out, it's got to be great.
That's it, the
No,
best
no.
time ever, innit?
I remember one thing from when he was in the dying days of WCW after he'd already slagged the company off and said that like everyone else was watching Steve Austin, who they fired like by FedEx and all this stuff. This is on like live TV. He went completely off on one, and people was like, that's basically what's happened. We're watching this company die in front of us, and and what was it? He said something at the end of it. Oh yeah, and these fans can go to hell or France, same difference. I was like, where the hell did he get France from? It's like he just randomly pulled that in out.
Well, he must just think of surrenders, doesn't he? And then France
Got that white flag and he's like, I'm gone, boys. Let's have it up for a bit. Cool.
He was honestly, but you would never give Steiner a live microphone if it's before the watershed. Like I heard at a WWE show in Newcastle. No, not in Newcastle. It was the same tour that they were on. This was the thing that turned up early in TNA that was run by the Australian guy Andrew McManus. They did a tour of the UK, which was basically TNA, but like. They did stuff in Australia as well. There's some shows kicking around still online, which were absolutely ridiculous looking back because the shows were mint, but they got really properly fucking stupid. Like they'd be in the middle of like a Royal Rumble style match, and then the fucking bananas in pajamas would turn up halfway through, and you'd have like
putting Crash Holly in the fucking Royal Rumble match. Bring them in.
It's like bringing Dave Benson Phillips into it, isn't it?
Riptide did that actually. Riptide down in
did.
Brighton did that, and it was it?
Izzy Harriet as well.
It was him in Session Moth Martina. I was Dave Benson Phillips and Session Moth Martina in the same match.
Have you boys never heard of Session Moth Martina? A great character, Irish, and she comes over, and her stick is a drunken Irish woman, and every time we saw her, the amount of children grew exponentially. She had 25 kids. Next time she'd be in Newcastle.
It's a bit like
she's a pisshead.
Heath Ledger.
No, nothing like that. No.
McGregor, you Tories, obviously you hate the Irish, and loads of kids got benefits.
Calm your life. Session Moth Martina. You look her up on Google. She's in ROH now, isn't she, Dave? ROH.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, Ring of Honor. Yeah,
Ring of Honor. And she's as hard as nails. I remember her and Daniel O'Doherty doing beer cans on a pole match, and it was the first one to get to the 4 cans of lager. And
Artie, that's our man.
That isn't it?
I was gonna say
how we take national beer cans on a pole. That's us. We're right in there.
Mate,
Like
fans start fucking getting beaten up for shit of 2 of them while you can't the ball.
Them crutches are coming in handy.
I think we've just found a match for you two. Is beer cans on a pole match.
I'm not fighting them. He's my tag partner.
No, not a tag team.
I was going to say we're tag partner.
Oh, yeah.
This is a tag team industry.
Yeah, McGregor will take any of the 2 establishment on.
We'll fight any 2 establishments.
Yeah.
All right.
Heard this.
I'll get Ronnie or Fen or Sean. You 2 won't get out the corner.
Look,
because I'll
speed is
cripple
quicker
you.
than power.
Yeah. Do you know what is McGregor? I'm a dirty cunt.
And guess what I am? I'm elite establishment, and I'm strategically a genius.
Elite is shite.
McGregor.
You've got 2 chances, slim and none. No chance whatsoever. Anytime you 2 idiots want to come anywhere near the elite, you're going to get 7 mils of shit knocked out of you, a punch up the bracket, and a snot knocked out of you. McGregor,
I'm from Pennywell, he's from Southwick, and I spent 2 tours of Iraq. I'm pretty sure I know how to be a fucking dodgy cunt.
I'm fucking conniving as fuck me. That is it.
What we'll do is we'll just fling some roids down on the side and you guys will be all over it.
I'm just getting a message. Who sent a message there?
Sean will be all over this, and me and Big Dog got the crutch in. I'll be up there fucking turnbuckles quicker than a cracker and smack. I'll be gone.
Mate, you've never seen me swing a crutch, have you?
You'll get well.
That's a good
You'll
crutch.
get better.
But yeah, while we're talking about this, we'll leave obviously the viewers a little bit to think about. But let's just quickly review these, and we're gonna have to call it a night.
Can I go
So
through
are we
mine?
going 1 to 4?
1 to 4 now.
Well, we've got to agree on them. So I'm going to go straight away. My worst out of the fucking 4 is Scotty 2 Hoppy.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
I'll agree.
With me.
I'd say the Thundertaker is the worst out of the lot. to be
That was
fair.
my number
Excuse me.
3.
Well, unfortunately, dear Mo,
What?
it's 4 against 1. So
Very true, very true.
Scotty 2 Hoppy is the shittest.
Yeah.
The next one for me is the Big Papa Pump.
Same.
Yeah, I go 3. That's 3.
Well, I went
Yeah.
Undertaker, so I'm done for.
All right.
What do you think, dear Mo?
Number 3, I would have probably said the Scotty 2 Hoppy.
So the Thunder. So I got number 2. The Thundertaker was number 2.
Thundertaker, number 2.
And we can all agree, like 100%.
Sean is number 1.
I had that as
It is.
2. I had Sean at 2.
Sexy
even
twin.
make sure that high.
Sexy twin.
I've got an injury. I can't lift my shoulder that high.
Well, I've got the Shawn Michaels do, wanna, you know.
Don't get your
Give it a
belly
hair
out.
flick. Mr. L'Oreal over there.
Barris, don't get your belly out. Do not get your belly out. No!
Another.
You can't see this
here.
on you can't see this on camera, but I'm currently doing I can't remember
The
which episode.
Macarena.
I can't remember which episode of Tuesday Night Titans it was, but there was something involving Captain Lou Albano where he
Oh,
was
here we
kicking
go.
and he was basically sat there in like an open Hawaiian shirt with a can balanced on his belly, a can of beer balanced on his belly. I'm sat here
like
doing
Barris.
this on this.
I think that's something that we could all do, to be honest. Like sit there with a beer right there, get up there.
Tuesday Night Titans, me and Dave
That was-
started a stream on it, and it was like WWE from 1984, and how politically incorrect it was. And we went
It
through the
was-
first 3 episodes.
It was
and we went,
fucking hilarious.
yeah,
Hey,
can't
Mr.
do this.
McGregor, clearly I've heard earlier days of being brothers food, fucking Brewskis and Broskis, have you? And we've got we are very rough. Yeah, we've not been kicked off as beyond me.
we've gone
Martin.
through a few like if there was any stereotypes where you fucking done for us, we've gone through quite a lot.
I know we've had I mean with Tuesday Night Titans we only did like 4 episodes, right? And in those 4 episodes they had the they had the wild Samoans in the kitchen cooking a broth, which like Afro and Seeker, basically the proto head shrinkers. So you basically had like the old savage gimmick.
Yeah.
Like they were
Fish.
yeah, just sticking a big like whole raw fish into a bowl with loads of other random mental ingredients, making an arse of it. We had the Belgian Italian bloke building paper boats on the side of the screen while while Mr. Fuji pissed his geisha off and did like a Japanese tea ceremony, which was one of the most.
That is something that you need to be part of it. That's absolutely fantastic.
No, it wasn't.
If you've got the WWE Network, mate, you need to look Tuesday Night Titans up. It's
We'll have a
fucking
look. We'll have a
hilarious.
little look-see. I don't want to incriminate us too much, but we have a box where we can watch everything. That's all I'm going to say. But
Yeah, I got you.
we can find anything we want to find. But on that absolutely class note, James, do you want to give us just a little outro for yourself and CCW?
Right, yeah. I'm honored to be on the show. I've enjoyed every single minute of it. And like I say, fantastic beers to try. The crack's been mint. And I would recommend this for anybody that wants to be a part of this. It's absolutely brilliant. And it just feels like being out on a night out with the guys, sitting around having a laugh, drinking beers. Obviously, we're doing it through social media, but it'd be good if we get to do this in real life as well. That's a good
we'll make that
invitation.
happen.
Maybe the
Not a problem
11th
at all.
of September.
Yes, maybe the 11th of September, and it's your brother's venue as well. So
big punk right here. I'm coming in.
that's it, isn't it? So yes, thank you everyone for joining. Obviously, I need to quickly go. I need to sort the burn out. Can
we get any, Jim? Before you go, can we get any exclusive from CCW right now on the mic? Drop it.
McGregor's a wanker.
Oh,
Steve.
well, that's
you're
not
a cunt as
exclusive.
well.
We all know that. That's not exclusive.
I already give you an exclusive with Dustin Hart about what happened in the filament. So that was
But can we get an exclusive for the people that's listening to it?
No. Let's not talk about an exclusive.
Right,
Let's talk about something different. James, you've got your big opening on the 11th September.
Yes.
Where can people get the tickets?
How can people get the tickets? I'm going to be ordering the tickets very soon, and obviously I know Michael will, Martin's brother Mickey. Obviously, we'll keep some behind the obviously the club, and obviously we'll
can you
some
get
purchase.
Any for Broskis to sell?
Dad.
To what? Give me 2 seconds, mate. Pardon, what was that, mate?
Can you get any for Broskis to sell on our page?
If you can, obviously, I think we'll do very good. I think these will fly off. The first one.
As long as we've got tickets for a fucking announcement here.
We're getting a VIP. That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know.
So, Demo, are we setting this up for special guest announcements with you, and are we?
Can do. Yep. I mean,
Demo, we can do commentary with you, Demo.
We've booked it.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, I can help set a secondary commentary table up. Yep, that's no worries at all.
With the boys.
Alternative commentary.
Yep.
But can I just say this before I go? Are the Broskis ready for CCW?
We are ready. No, the question
is,
are
we ready?
CCW ready for Broskis?
I've been to fucking Baghdad, mate.
Are you ready for the Broskis? Are you ready for us? That's what you want to ask the question.
Steve, before you start getting ultra excited, I've been to Libya. I'll tell you my story about Libya later, but that's for another.
Well, yeah, we're there fucking on a peace treaty or something.
All right, Thatcher, calm down, right? Calm down, Thatcher.
Jesus, I was there opening a new mine after I shut another one down in England.
And why not? Right, boys.
James, finish it off for you guys.
No, we'll finish it off. Right, yes. From us at CCW, we
and us at the Spanish Announce
Table. Future shows. We definitely want to be back. We definitely want to be back on the show. Spanish and obviously, I felt sorry for Demo. So next time we come on, guys, if we are invited, we want to do obviously the dark beers. But till next time, until obviously we want to see you on September the 11th, mind you. September the 11th, I want to see you next to Demo with beers and commentating mics against your face. And I want you to do the best you can.
The boys taking the photo. Ask him to take it again now while I'm ready. I wasn't ready for that photo.
Is that you?
Photos? Are you taking videos?
Put them down, McGregor.
Oscar, is that young Oscar with you, James?
Yes, it's Oscar,
is young Oscar Gregory? Are you waving? Hello, Oscar.
Go now,
how are you doing,
young lad? Right, James, 5-second pause. Give it.
I'm also doing this pose, but you can't see.
Do you know what we do on Dudes Mania? We do for the benefit of those with screenshot technology.
Oh,
I've seen it a few times. Yeah. Great. Well, thanks for that. Put that on our social media at B Brothers Foods. Brewskis the Broskis.
Right.
But
right,
yeah,
come on, boys.
We'll wrap it up now while you're all on the show as well. Honestly, God, for you coming on the show, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on there. From CCW to Mr. McGregor to Demo, Lord Demo.
Don't give him credit, Martin. Don't give him credit. Look at the smile on his face already, man. Look at that smile on Colin's face.
We're humble.
Excuse me.
We're humble. We just got to
get it. McGregor came on and took
Paris all night because I opted for Taylor. And they wanted McGregor, so...
Yeah, you don't want Taylor. You always want McGregor. Hey, Barris, go take your face for a shite.
Look, I think that's...
You know what, Barris? Barris, you got no comeback because somebody who can't even spell establishment is just telling us.
I'll let him have his moment, Steve. I'll let him have his moment.
We'll let him have that, Lord Demo. Mr. McGregor, that was his last words. Anything from you, Lord Demo, before we go?
No, hey, thanks very much for having us on, guys. It's very much appreciated, and hopefully be able to get through this again with you. Because
yeah, definitely.
Beer and wrestling are two of me main passions in life. To be fair,
it's class, man. Like I think everybody can relate to that as well, which is class.
and I mean,
before we do go and let you spiel out, we just want to like apply to CCW's network and their reach. Like on our Instagram, obviously we have a good follow on Instagram, but what we are trying to push at the moment is our YouTube followers and our YouTube subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
We're only on like I think 47 subs on YouTube, and it's pitiful, it's shit. But we need to hit.
Especially when you got over 1,500 followers on a page.
It's terrible, but we need to hit 100 subs on YouTube. It's completely free. It doesn't cost a penny. If you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, if you have Twitter, you have YouTube, subscribe to our channel because we need 100 subs so we can change our name from like youtube.com, 1 million characters long, to
U7942621.
That's it. So it doesn't make us look like a
establishment in there though, and you'll get great numbers in.
I mean, we might get an extra 2 or 3 followers there. It's all it's about. But they'll count towards our goal of hitting.
What it is
subs.
We're doing a competition. So when we get 100 subs, we're going to get a Beard Brothers hoodie, 5 of our top 5 drinks.
Beers from Skin.
Includes things like Verdant and stuff like that. 5 a.m.
Nice.
And they're going to get 5 snacks. So all you need to do is subscribe, press a button, and you could win a hoodie, which is worth 30 quid. 5 drinks, which is worth
50 quid for free.
So my suggestion there, Martin, is why don't you post on CCW the links, everything, absolutely everything, and we'll get that up on the CCW as much as we can.
If you don't mind sharing that, that's fine.
No, I don't mind.
Of course.
I don't mind at all.
Excuse me.
Marty rolling the sleeves up.
That's just how they always are. That's how they always are. I sit with sleeves like this. I'm used to being in vests.
Oh, you're not, mate. You are literally a playboy.
Look,
Steve,
I'm Scotty. I'm Mr. Big Pat of Punk, right? That's all I've got.
Steve, can you smell something, Steve?
Hey, you're not best not be trying to fucking make out my tag team partner.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Look at this. This is an absolute physique. This is a triangle.
Yeah. Establishment. Sorry if I had to piss out of them, but anyone else to get that.
Ooh, I'm booking this, mate. I'm booking this.
I promise you, wait till this wait this Halloween program. Beard Brothers all over this.
The heat. I can feel the heat already coming from this. Like,
Do you know what our fucking entrance music is? Oh, Pizza Hut. Oh, Pizza Hut.
That does.
Boom, we're there.
That's it.
I shall have to bail due to a biological intervention. I shall be back momentarily.
But cool. Yeah, well, guys,
welcome to the ring. 2 guys who will give you shit reviews if it's shit food.
This absolutely fantastic. What an absolute episode. And honest to God, what a pleasure to have been having you on here.
I've just had an idea. Why is it commentating with Demo? If we have the hot dog machine there, you can review our hot dogs as well.
Do you really want that, Barris?
You'd sell me hot dogs. I'd never let anybody pass. Like, fuck off with mine. Get away.
You know what I mean? You need a contraption to just come out and then just a hot dog sliding in the
like that Homer Simpson when they've just gone and then the Mars are coming through.
Because let's be honest, the Robson boys love a fucking sausage.
Oh, you can't say that.
We've gone 3 hours without one gay joke. 3 hours.
You're horrible, man. We're having a show on his place, you know, Steve. You can't say that, man.
You're horrible, man.
Unfiltered.
I say whatever I want when I want. Fucking Red Thunder over there.
Aye.
Red Hill. El Quintio.
But no, honest to God, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. You can welcome back anytime you want. Anytime you want to come on the show, let me know.
Well, Colin and Damo's a pisshead, so they'll be on every week.
Well, I wouldn't know you sound like our kind of guy, mate.
Well, but you'll have another Govan Barrel member to fight for. But every other week, we can alternate. But yeah, as we said before, please subscribe to our YouTube, our Instagram, Facebook for CCW. We didn't even care about our Facebook. We didn't give a shit about that. But their Facebook.
People got Facebook and Twitter. Fucking hell.
It's
very sorely. It's
but
fucking
their
never
Facebook.
You know, CCW, I'm the same as you, Martin. We've got Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, and I don't even fucking know about them. I just stick with the Facebook, me. But I don't even.
We're just Instagram. We didn't even know about Facebook. Never even gets used.
Yeah, our Facebook and Twitter and stuff is like irrelevant to us. We just come from Insta. We build from Insta, and that's it. But yeah,
how to use Instagram.
I'll put all the links for everybody's socials in the description of this. I'll put Lord Damos. I'll put his video channel on there. McGregor, thanks for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. I think that's about it, to be honest.
Well, McGregor, we don't know if you call it establishment or establishment. So we didn't really know what handle to use, mate.
Here we go.
We'll just say thanks for coming on and supporting CCW and the cause. That's all that really matters.
You know what, right? You know what, McGregor? I'll be honest with you. I'm a bastard, right? And I was talking to James before.
What a shocker.
I was talking to James. I went, I think I'll be fucking well suited in the establishment. And then when he came on, he couldn't even spell it right. I was like, nah.
Excuse me. I was going to say something complimentary and kind about you two, but you know what you two can do? You can go forth and multiply in short, jerky movements.
Look, when we Seth Rollins, we can play any role we want to play. When you're Seth Rollins, you can do anything you want to do.
Have you seen his suits? That's true. Have you seen his suits?
Not one of them suits.
We'll come out in the DC jerseys.
when you have Becky Lynch by your side, you can do whatever you want to do. That's all I'm saying.
I tell you what, on the weirdest things I saw involving Seth Rollins was it was before it was just before, slightly before he got signed with WWE. It was some small independent company had him against Michael Elgin, but it wasn't him against Michael Elgin. It was him against one Tinky Winky out of the Teletubbies.
Against the Teletubby, did you see it?
Yep, Michael Elgin dressed up as a Teletubby. And basically had the match with Tyler Black at the time, Seth Rollins. It was absolutely ridiculous. It's up on YouTube somewhere.
It's like him going against the Blue Meanie or like Conquistadors or something like that, isn't it?
Oh, basically, yeah.
We're going full Blair Witch with James here, mine. So we're going full Blair Witch.
Yeah. If you have a look now, when McGregor's gone, he's left his chair right, and now it looks like the elite Stashman.
Yeah.
Is that like a big fucking aubergine in the middle of it or something?
He is red waiting to happen.
Oh, it's his chair?
It's his headrest,
I believe he's got fucking red curtains.
I know that. Well,
communist bastard.
What a night, guys, again. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll post this live for you to listen to. As we always say, let us know what you think, whether you hate it, whether you like it. Let us know. We don't really care. If you want to be on the show,
don't read the comments, to be honest.
We all loved it. That's all that matters. If you want to be on, let us know. If you want to be a part of James's wrestling program, obviously let us know. We'll let James know or reach out to James directly.
Look, also, when you release a ticket, James, tell us and we'll patch your link onto ours.
We've got a lot of positive things coming in the future from this podcast alone, whether it be from Brewskis or whether it be from CCW and Lord Damo and his video.
And if there's any brewing companies out there want to make a Beard Brothers brew, and every penny that we make profit from that, we can pass on to James's charities, please get in touch with us because we'd love to do it.
Again, also,
as I said, Beard Brothers Food is not here for money. We're here
for the good times. But
you know what?
Are you ready for the good times? That's it.
James, Damo, we don't get paid for this, but it's a highlight of our week.
That's absolutely
exactly. It's all good.
We have said many times our Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job is what it is. It gets us through the week. On a Friday night, this is the highlight of the week by far.
There's a lot of people out there that kind of don't have friends, don't socialize, don't even talk to people like we do. So to have this is priceless.
We've said many times, like, this is the thing that people need. Blokes who are maybe suicidal, blokes who are struggling with depression. We've put out purposely many times, if you are struggling, reach out. We will never knock back a message.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Marty will.
I'll never knock back a message. Steve never fucking deals with messages, but I'll never.
Except when
knock
there's
back a
freebies
message.
on the go, I'm straight on there.
Any freebies, Steve's like, this is my address, are you there? But yeah, we're absolutely fantastic. What a pleasure again it's been having you on the show tonight, boys. But
And you know what it is? It's been a
CCW
pleasure
from their
having.
side.
It's been a pleasure not having just CCW1, but it's also been a pleasure having CCW, the different factions. So I've got Barris, who's the underground, I use.
Well, I'm the one to put like I lean more to the underground aside because
So
And
yeah,
then
so
you've
the
got
underground,
Mr. McGregor.
Yeah. Barris is the underground.
And you've got Mr. McGregor, who is, I'm not going to say a name because I
the
don't
elite establishment.
Establishment.
The
All you need
elite
is-
stable men.
All you need to say is, he's not a bad lad, really.
Yeah.
And then we've got Damo, who's our guy.
the guy who will fit.
Damo's the guy who talks on comedy
Cross
like
the
we'll
T's and
do.
dot the
drinks
I's.
beer, what a guy.
He's the one that's going to give us this absolutely fantastic opportunity for Brewskis and CCW. So tops off the
fingers
demo.
crossed.
And that hasn't happened yet, but the pressure on his shoulders now.
Well, anyway,
It's
we
all
need
good,
you
it's all good.
bastards to be quiet for a second while we finish this off.
You just shut up while we just wrap this up. But
How many times have we tried to finish this off? It's like false finishes in a wrestle match. It's coming. It's coming.
well, it's going to come now if you shut the fuck up. Will you? Like,
I do apologize for interrupting, lads. Just one other thing as well. I mean, if you guys do this on a Friday,
every
do?
Friday
What do
night, it's live every Saturday to listen to on
sweet.
YouTube, Insta, Apple, Amazon. What did we say about
Fuck
Big Dog?
fuck Android.
Fuck
fuck
Android, the
Android.
daft cons.
It's on Spotify as well.
Awesome.
We're on
awesome.
every major streaming platform bar Android. For
So
some
Damo,
reason,
if you're on Spotify,
like us.
you can, if you want, you can link this into you, mate, if you've been on here.
I will do. I need to reformat some of my programming for that because my own programming outside of CCW on the Spanish Announce Table that goes out on Nova Radio on Friday afternoons between 12 and 2. And because of the way that it's set up with Anchor and Spotify to put the music in there, I have to reformat everything. But I'm on Mixcloud, so
So what we'll do, Damo will send you the copy over to you.
sweet. Sounds good, mate. Sounds good.
Definitely. Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to finish it till James gets back. Obviously, I know we can't see you, Jim. We haven't seen you for the past hour. But I want James
sorry
to
about
be in
that.
the video
So
while we're
Damo, if you're the Spanish announce table, we're the fucking gibberish announce table.
we the German, we the French, that nobody even cares about. The Japanese table always goes.
No, we're the talking shite announce
Aye.
table, aren't we?
We the Chinese table always goes through.
I was like, was it Mung Ai from the Mandarin desk that Corey
The
Graves
Mandarin
was-
desk always goes
Yes,
through.
I
Through
think
Naki from the Japanese desk that always goes through.
Oh,
Number one commentator.
Did if someone gone through our table, I hope that we're putting a shoe in.
That's what we're getting in.
Tell you what, I can just see Damo's there with a shotgun getting ready my fucking gear. You're getting that like.
I swear, we'll make this happen. Something has to happen on the Halloween special. We'll get it happening.
We'll definitely be there if you want us there.
100%, we will be there.
No,
Whether
but
she wants
we'll
us there or
come
not, we'll be there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, there is
Yeah,
going
like I
to
say,
be.
definitely, yeah. If you the September the 11th for the victory, the Alexander Steakhouse is where we're having it at the Halloween.
I love the alley. Do some great food in
I
the
can say,
alley.
don't we know the alley? We know the alley.
We know the alley. They fucking
We
do
know
great
the alley.
food in the alley.
I met at his wedding there. It was a cracking night. Like, did some brilliant food there.
Absolutely class.
Oh, the alley's great for food.
Yeah, boys, fuck off, man. We need to finish this. Like, it's been gone.
Sorry.
Yeah. Right. So we've got Barris back so we can
I
finish
know
this.
that's it. So
You bastards, shut the fuck up.
I
Mute
think-
them,
I think
Marty.
we've-
Mute them.
I'll finish it.
I think
Just
we've
shut the
outdone
fuck
Jim
up.
Cornette
Let
in the way
us
of
finish
the
it.
podcast.
Finish it. So we let Colin finish it.
Fuck that.
No,
We'll never
fuck
get off
Colin.
the show. Right.
Fucking hell, I didn't want the
Excuse me.
Queen to speak.
Thank you very much for you and your
Excuse me. No.
men,
No.
whatever you want to be.
Shut your face. and
Thank you
listen
very
to
much.
genius.
Lord Damo, thank you
I
very
am
much.
McGregor. I believe in slave trade. I believe
Steve,
in that
I
the
believe in you shutting the
It's the
fuck up so
elite.
we can finish this, is what I believe
I
in.
believe that any peasants on here is not worth the shit on my shoe.
Excuse me.
So that was
Excuse
a
me.
exclusive.
That is not my character at all. You seriously overrate what you trying to suggest about me.
He's going to
Well,
what, William? Jesus Christ. Mr. McGregor,
Right.
thank you very much for coming on. We massively appreciate you coming on.
But we will mute you, motherfucker, in a minute.
Are you still going on? We're trying to finish this program, man. Right. Anybody say another word? You've already had your bit 2 cents, Mr. McGregor. Demo, again, thank you very much for coming on. We massively appreciate you coming on.
Much appreciated.
All the work that we've got maybe coming forward in the future, whether you can put anything together, it'll be mint. If you can't, unlucky, never mind. We'll try again. James, massively thank you for even coming on the show. Like, tonight has been maybe, 3 hours of just mint crack, beers and banter. Everything that you need on a Friday night is massively missing for a lot of people. Mental health, wrestling, beers, just everything that everybody wants, which you can't get at the moment. For you promoting your show, us promoting ours as the podcast as it normally is. There's so much we can do moving forward, which, again, it's got creative juices flowing yourself, really. So it's at your power at the moment. From mine and Steve's point of view, as we've always said, follow our page, follow your page, CCW. We'll post all the links, Instas, Facebook, YouTube. Fuck Android again. That counts. A shout out to Nova Radio, which again we'll put all that in the description. But from our side and the full podcast view, it has been an absolute pleasure having everyone on the show tonight. It's been an absolute mint laugh. I've said all I can say now. Steve, now I'll give you your go. Do you want to say anything, not wrestling wise, B Brothers wise?
And yeah, B Brothers wise is thank you once again for spending the Saturday afternoon, Sunday, Monday, whatever you do, listen to us. I know we've got the hardcores out there who do listen to us every week. And we really thank you for your following. We will put links up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter regarding this, and obviously about the competition that's coming up. I just want to say a massive thank to James, Mr. McGregor and Lord Stone, because it's been an absolutely brilliant night. Thank you very much for coming on.
Lord Stone, is that his name? I've called him Lord Demo all night.
It's Lord Stone, yeah.
Shit.
It's all right, dude.
That's on me, guys.
Technically, it's Lord Damien Stone of Sealand.
I was
Well, at the moment, Demo, it's OTH_Demo is what we've
Yeah,
got.
that's because I normally only use Zoom for the meetings with the station gaffers.
It's good job Steve changing it from Pornhub Steve, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, tell you about that. The other day, I had a woman on the phone.
Not hungover tomorrow. We're getting the ring up for a bit of training at the Victory. If you want to pop down, he's more than welcome.
I can't drive.
Martin?
I don't drive.
If someone can pick us up, we'll more than happily come and fucking see it. But with the ACL, I'm on crutches, so I can't actually drive. But yeah, if you're having something up and someone wants to fucking pick us up, we'll come over and have a good laugh.
I need to hit a half 6 gym session. I was sauna to sweat this bee out before I got anywhere tomorrow.
Well, I'm on crutches, so I can come over and hang out, so I'm all right.
My first episode, I've gone out with that top rope. I'm gone. After I'm gone.
No, but it's been an absolutely brilliant episode. I've loved and enjoyed every minute of it.
Like
the banter, the crack, and the laugh.
From the get-go, some things that we've enjoyed from being get-go, which being young is wrestling. We've all loved wrestling from being a young age.
Everybody, I don't care who you are, if you fucking think you're the meatest of meatheads in the world and think you're fucking this, that, and the other.
Or you can be Scotty
wrestling in your life. You've watched wrestling in your life and you loved it. Because let's be honest, everyone loves it.
100%. Everybody in the 90s and early 2000s, everybody loved wrestling.
Even now, you get these fucking meatheads who doing like fucking wrestling, but they hold the fucking hard on for it.
But they're not getting wrestling going as well, which is what the worst thing about it is.
But do you know what it is? It just fucking links in hand to hand, beer, banter, and wrestling.
It solidifies it, doesn't it? It just brings it all together. It is what it is. And this is what Friday nights are all about. When we can't get the pub, can't go out, banter, beer, crack, podcast, best night ever.
Yeah, I definitely want to put this message out right then before I go. We definitely will end because I want to see who's actually watched it from now till the end. So I obviously want to say thank you to you guys, Steve and Martin, but I also want to thank every single person that's involved with CCW who's worked their asses off, who's give it all, podcasting, being involved, just everybody that's involved. So if you have heard me say this message, please give us a message saying thank you, James, for that big shout out. This is a shout out to every single person, everyone in CCW. Thank you for my vision and you guys joining. Thank you. Awesome. To how it's expanding and growing. Other guys like yourselves being on other podcasts and shows, and absolutely fantastic. Obviously, I want to dedicate the show to Derek Allen. And
it is dedicated to him.
Not just yourself, James. This is dedicated to Derek Allen. 100%.
Yeah.
All in. Like I said, anything that comes from this podcast or anything from the next, I don't know, like 5, 6, 10 podcasts, anything will go to any charity that you would like to give it to. We'll put anything towards them.
As we said, James, we're not here for the money. If we get some profits or anything like that, we're more than happy to donate it to that charity.
People with food, and I'd imagine CCW, it's not just a community, it's a family is what it's for. We have a really good following, like I said, 1,200 followers.
And you know what it is? Me and Marty were both play American football, and the amount of people in American football who love wrestling, even if you didn't even put the tickets up for sale, we could get you 50% fucking book tickets sold. Because
as I remember when James started this, it's not just a wrestling company, it's a community.
It's a family is what it is.
It doesn't matter if you're elite, if you're undergrounder, when adversity has occurred. And I know when we did the mental health thing, where we did different things, we've gone at difficult topics. We've done a story, we've done a line about it, and what we do best is tell stories, and we get hooks in people, we get people interested, and they're over.
I've never been hooked in the story. Never been hooked in a CCW story. Never want to know what's happening next.
You know what it is?
I'm lying.
You know what it is? It's entertainment, and that's what it is.
People pay for entertainment, man. It's what it
but
is.
With entertainment, also, you come across as you're not just entertainment, but you're also a family business. You're a family business, basically.
Oriented family.
Look at this here. You and McGregor. You go to the underground. McGregor's elite. But underneath, you love each other, and that's what. It's all about.
You can tell Colin has massive respect for you, James, and vice versa. And Damo, whether he fits in this weird equation, you can see.
Well, Damo's one of us now.
That's it.
Damo's got to have Broskis next
what you wish
next
for.
time he comes on.
Be careful what you wish for.
Next time he's definitely getting 3D through a table, but but now it's good. It's class. And me,
like I say, me and McGregor on screen will never agree on things, but we will agree on this thing. So if Martin Cooper's watching. It's coming home.
It's coming home.
It is coming home. I can't believe we've never touched on that.
It's coming on.
And one last thing before we leave and before we finish, I just want to thank you three, James, Colin, Damo. Thank you for taking your Friday out and coming on Brewskis with Broskis.
Especially
without you, we're nothing.
I don't know Colin as much. I don't know where he's got wife, kids, etc. Damo, kids, but I know James has a missus and kids, so. To spend your Friday night with us boys on our podcast, massively appreciating it. Anytime you want us to come on yours, we'd be buzzing to come on. So
you don't want to go on Elite Mania.
Oh, here we go.
We'll go on Elite Mania.
We'll have to weigh the scales somehow, right? So we'll have to balance it out some point.
It's all right.
However, we will not agree for Elite Mania, but we'll go on there.
Calm down, boys. Tonight, I've already done. I put a Facebook Live from 7 till 7:30. Prepared that, got it all started, and he says, "Right, you're on again at 8:00. Right, I've just done. I was up at 6, worked till 8, then went to work, then come back and look, life's all about living it, and that's what you do. You live it. You're a long time.
You know what life's all about? Having banter with the boys. That's all our life's about. And
having a beer.
We've absolutely put the I on the dot. And this is mint.
And this is what Brewskis with Broskis is all about. It's getting people on, having a beer, and having a good fucking laugh.
We've said many times, now, this will go up as a full uncut episode. We don't filter.
We will not filter any of this out. This is what it is going to happen.
And we said, if you don't like it, Fair enough. Unlucky. Don't
You
go.
know people's going to say bullshit. Where's fucking Lord Stone? I can't see him. You've cut him out.
I'll give you.
Let's be honest. His
still
jacket has fucking destroyed 2 cameras.
That's it. We've already lost probably about 200 followers with that T-shirt.
So, do you
that
really
shirt.
want them to edit your things from now on? Do you guys?
Sorry?
If you destroy 2 cameras, do you really want them to edit your stuff?
I mean, he can teach us how to edit. Like, he doesn't have to edit it for us. He can teach us.
No, you can edit stuff that we're putting on your page, Barris, which has not got cunt and things in, you know what I mean?
I'll give.
I'm going to cut it now, boys, because it's been like 3 hours and we've spoke about Aiden for the last half an hour. But
I'll give you a still photo to stick over me name on the thing.
What we'll do
the edit.
is we'll get this finished and we can chat afterwards if you want it.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
If you want to stay on, just let us finish this and then we'll chat afterwards.
Right, I'll finish it off.
With it, before you can, we might put some exclusives out afterwards, depending how we feel.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Pour that as well. We pour so many stuff which we never pour. Steve,
right, but anyway, forget it. We're done.
Gone.
It's gone. Bang. Right. Thank you for everyone who's going to watch this in the future and who's subscribed to our YouTube page, and anyone who is going to subscribe to the YouTube page. Tonight we've had a really, really good night, and I've really, really enjoyed this podcast. It's been 3 hours, but it's been a great 3 hours. We've had James Barris, the owner of CCW Wrestling, that is Colliery Championship Wrestling. We've got Mr. McGregor, who is the leader of the elite establishment. You might not like his views, but he's a villain, and that's what you need in wrestling, a villain. And we've also got Damo, bit of a shoddy shirt, fucking really ropey jacket, but really nice. And he's on 102.5 Northern Radio.
Nova Radio Northeast, 102.5.
Damo just best radio accent he's done. But we really appreciate for you three coming on, spending your Friday night with the Broskis. As we said earlier, for the Friday night, it can be family time. It can be time that you want to do this, that, and the other, but you've chosen to spend it with us, and we really, really appreciate it.
Massive.
We had 4 absolutely fantastic drinks from Brew York.
Well,
it is a Survivor Series.
I think
from 1 to 4 is we've got Sweet Chinook Music number 1, The Undertaker number 2, Big Papa Pimp or whatever it's called, Big Papa Pimp, and Scotty 2 Hoppy was the worst, but was the best picture, but was the worst drink. But thank you for Brew York for actually bringing these out. Had an absolutely brilliant little brochure booklet with it, well worth the money.
Although they have ghosted us when I've tried to get some discount code for you guys.
Bastards.
Cunts.
But thank you for listening to us again. It's 3 hours long, and we really like it. Mr. McGregor showing the fucking pamphlet there again. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for joining us on Brewskis Broskis. We really appreciate it.
And we'll see you
from you, Marty.
No, I'm good. Any final words from you, James?
Hopefully see you soon, and we'll go on the dark beers.
100%. Anything for you, Mr. McGregor?
And you know what that is?
Establishment. Elite. Aye, whatever. Anything from you, or Damo?
I've had a fantastic night tonight. Thank you so much for having us on. And
Colin has to finish it off. Let him do his thing. Go on. Go on. Let him finish it off.
Damo, finish your bit off, and then we'll let Colin have his little bit.
I'll tell you what. I'll let Mr. McGregor finish his bit first. It's mine.
Go on, Mr. McGregor. The floor is yours.
And you know what that is, boys? That's genius.
We will do this again at some point in the very near future, sir. And you know what that is?
That's set in stone.
Absolutely. Set in stone.
It's there.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for joining the Brewskis. It's been a pleasure tonight. I'm Brewski Steve. Broski Steve. That's Broski Marty. Peace out.
Have a lovely weekend, guys. Stay safe. Take it easy.